everybody? What's going on, everybody? I need more space on the desk. This box is big. Everything we're talking about today is big. Is that a pause? Wait, pause.
Bruh.
Pause. Oh, today is going to be a fun one. Evo's coming up. Other things are coming. All the tournament season's kicking off, and we're talking Victrix Pro KO. Let me check my audio. Turn up my snare. Okay. This will be a big one. Like this, as far as what it is, but I have so many things on the floor right now to kind of bring onto the table to go over this controller. And yeah, we have a lot. The Qanba Sapphire is down here. Victrix Pro KO is down here. The Fightbox B Pro is down here. The ASI LVL is down here. The Hot 42X series. The Fightbox A series. The Razer Kitsune. I'm looking across the room. The Hot 42X series. The 8-bit DOIO leverless, which is kind of its own thing. And the Hot 42G is down there as well. Those are all the MXs, and I have the Hot 42 C16 here also, which is, so again, some of these are what we're talking about for other reasons, but this is a big discussion here. So I'm actually excited to get into this, let the algorithm send the message out here for a second, and we're going to dive in. And the biggest goal today is, should you Victrix Pro KO? I've got keycaps, you can sticking out right here, keycaps, switches over here. Mine, when I show you my Victrix Pro KO, it looks nothing like the stock, and I'm torn. I'm going to put this back to stock or leave it the way I have it now. So I'm going to dive into, because there's different switches, there's different keycaps, and of course, I was actually messing with this week. The keycaps actually, it's not they have a big, you're going to find out. There's some things going on with the keycaps too that kind of change the conversation as well. So let me get my stuff out the way. I got my headphones over here. Let me slide my keycap mic, my key mic back. That way it's not, because I need space. Like when I put the Sapphire in here, I need a lot of space. So let me move this stuff over here. Okay, slide that over. Okay, so that's all like that. So now let's dive in. So, and it's funny, as I'm diving in, Xbox just started their showcase. It was like an hour, so I'm like, why right now? This is a big one. This is like a big discussion. Anyway, let's dive in. Here's your box, right? Your Victrix Pro KO. Flip over. All the things, right? All your stuff. Standard packaging, like all your stuff inside, right? I'm sort of wondering, should I keep? I usually keep the boxes to show on camera on the Sunday Q&A. I might start throwing these away. I'm torn. I'm a dude, but it's a good solid box, right? Oops. Okay, good. That's out the way. Now we got our. We'll talk about this in a second. Let's put this here. And here, take my stands off. And here is the Victrix Pro KO. And you're like, that isn't like a Victrix. Trust me, it's the Victrix Pro KO. Perfectly modified. And we're going to talk about how I did it. I'll probably show you how I did it because I'm going to change some things around. What comes in the box, you get your power cord, which is right here. And what's unique about this pad, the Qanba Sapphire, so y'all don't know, my PS5 is across the room. So I use like a 10-foot extension cord when I play all the games. You guys see me plugging things in. I have an extension cord wrapped around my desk, and that's how I get across the room without tripping, and then I plug it in over here, right? The Qanba Sapphire does not like this extension cord in my USB-C hub. Why, I don't know. But the Victrix Pro KO works fine. So just like, I don't know if that really matters to you, but if it does, FYI, it will work with an extension cord and a hub. All right, boom, so that's out the way. We're gonna dive in. Okay, so here, what comes in the box? This is your little pouch, right? So you get a nice little, like a little fabric sleeves, like a t-shirt, like it's a little fabric sleeve, whatever it is. And, well, I mean, I won't use this, but it comes in the back, so you can't complain, right? It's actually really nice. You put all your cords, you put your cords and stuff here, that's kind of cool. But anyway, it's there, right? So I'm gonna fold this up, because I like the look of it. So I'm gonna put this here for, so, well, I want my name here. We'll put this here for 1 second, just for 1 second. Let's put it like that. Oh, look at that. Boom. Where's that? Yes, sir. Hit the bell.
Yes, sir.
So now,
Yes, sir.
you notice that.
Yes,
my
sir.
rings and keycaps are gone,
Yes,
right? I'll explain why. So the first thing you'll notice is metal top. I believe it's a metal base. You can't tell because there's foam on the bottom. There's like rubber grip on the bottom. You have your top, fully customizable layout. You can reprogram this very easily. I love this. This is very easy to reprogram. It's like the Qanba Sapphire. The Qanba Sapphire is a little bit easier because it has a screen. But as far as just like tap, button, tap, go, boom. Like this is very fast and easy. Like they did a very good job on that part. You have all your home row things, your lighting things. The lighting is lighting, right? So it's there. Then you have your audio or your locking USB-C port. Now here on the sides, when I bring the Sapphire out here, I'll bring the lanyard. You could clip a lanyard, but it has to be a thin one because it's pretty narrow. But you could fit a clip in here. You can carry this around either on this side or on both sides, however you want to carry it. And you can just put this on your around your shoulder and go. So that's really nice. I like that. Your your PS5, PS4, PC switch, your headphone jack, and these slots here you're seeing, I'm gonna show you right now. These are locks to keep the top locked on. You'll notice mine is unlocked, right? Because I don't need to lock it. Like it's magnetized, it stays on there, so I don't ever lock mine, but maybe I will when I'm done. I don't know. But anyway, the bottom, you can see it's flat on top and it does slope down. Most pads slope around here. Like they'll go flat and they'll slope right at the end, or like the M series slopes the very, very end. This is like a very, 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 I don't know how to say it. It's a slope. And with this slope, I really don't notice it the more I think about it. So that's good. It's a good slope because I usually don't even like slopes, to be honest. I don't really like that. But when I play with this, I never felt like the slope was getting on my nerves. So that's a good sign, right? So that's good. All right. Here's how you take this apart. So to open this, you unlock all your switches, right? You're gonna put your thumb to push down and you're gonna lift up. And once you do it the first time, it's very easy. Like you can see, this is, well, it's thick, it doesn't bend. This is thick enough metal, right? But your magnets are inside, all that good stuff. These are magnets. Anyway, you get the point. It's magnetized, right? So also, if you want to add artwork, you can just pop this off. And look how easy it is to add your artwork on here. You can cut it without messing anything up. So I need to put a design on this. I haven't had time. I have 9 more weeks left of school, and I can't wait. So then I'll have more time to get back to what I usually do. So boom, right? Here. Now, what's really nice is, just like the Qanba Sapphire, this is actually, maybe this is a nicer layout. I can't really think of the word for it yet, because the new CAT, well, the CAS has this type of feel as well. So they copied from here, and I hope the CAT gets this. And what I mean, all of your tools are inside. Everything you need is inside the case. So you have your keycap, your ring goes right on there. Oh, I forgot something too, because we didn't talk about rubber bands, and I forgot the rubber bands downstairs. Dang it. So I'll get those, right? Put that back here, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. Shout out to Orville. I needed to ping Orville and see if we can get him on the line, and we could talk about setting this up. So there, we have our blanks here, our rings and blanks. They all pop right out, and they snap right in, and they don't move. Like, I'm sure if I flip it over, it might fall out. No, it doesn't fall out. Actually, no, they're good in there. So you can make this layout however you like. Right, so I'm gonna put that back. So to get the rings off, it comes your switch pullers inside. You want to just grip it. And it perfectly tells you where to grab to this little slot, so you know what to do. Right, just kind of wiggle it, comes right off. The keycaps, you can pull these off with your fingers. They're pretty loose, so that's really nice. And your switches are speed silvers, right? So they're, hook it on there. Like, very, very well designed. Like, I can't say enough about this. Very well designed, very easy to do. Yeah. What am I missing? So all that, I know she's like, what about this? We're gonna talk about that. So I'm gonna put this back. So the only con for me, right, is the switches are tall, and that's not negative on the pad. I just don't like tall switches. I'm gonna bring another pad. I'll show you what I mean. So these keycaps, I mean, these rings are roughly 2/4 off the base, American quarters. These are roughly 2/4. We'll come around to this in a second. The black part is another 2/4, so it's roughly 4/4 off the base. So when you're playing with this, your fingers can be a little bit high, right? The other thing, let's bring the mic out. The way these keycaps and rings are designed, they're a little bit clacky. And you're like, well, what does that mean? Well, the keycap sits in here. The switch goes under, right? So when you push, it's doing like this. So you can, how can I do this? Can you hear this? I'll just do it here. When you let go, you can hear it slap back. And there's other pads, the CAT does that, all the brands, like the Razer Kitsune, the 8-bit DOIO, they all will clack back. Whatever it is, for me, I don't like the clacking on these keycaps. I don't know what it is. I just don't like it. So I changed it. So it's easy to do, but if you're playing with this, you're like, something feels rattly, something feels off, something feels clacky, you're not sure what it is. And now I can bring all these out. Here are the Geonworks Raptor Extremes. Here are the Kailh ice cream sandwiches. Here are the Kailh Speed Silver Turbos. Here are the TECSEE puddings. Is it written on here? It's not. I have it in my little list here. I'll grab the name. But these are the TECSEE puddings, right? Short, low profile, very low profile. And here are the OUTEMU GTMX, the ones that were in the video, very low profile. I was cleaning up and I forgot I even had these pudding switches. The casing on these two is essentially the same. So my request to Kailh, and anyone that knows Kailh, ask them to make a Kailh, because these are tall. The boxes are tall. Geonworks Raptor Extremes are medium, right? And I'm taking them out in the six so you can see better. But these are low. And these casing is these, that's bad English. The casing on these two is nicer and lower. You get that standard feel. The only catch is the plus sign on top of both of these is not what's on here. So when you put your keycaps on, it's a different fit. I'll talk about that here in a second. Shout out to Merlin. Happy Tuesday. Happy Sunday, Merlin. Merlin, we're going to deep dive today. We're deep diving into Victrix Pro KO, and we're about to have some fun. Will this work? Let's see if the switchboard works. Take this off. It does work. So if you have a keyboard switch pull, you can pop that right off. Okay, nice. I didn't think about that. So this does work. And here's what I'm talking about. The plus sign on the very top of this up here, these are the TECSEE puddings, and I'll pull them up in a second. Because the actual plus is like a thicker plus, right? If you drew a line with a skinny pencil or a fat pencil, that's what I'm saying, right? It kind of gaps out your keycap. And they stay on there. But I did have a couple, since I'm playing rough, I play really rough. One of these or two, this one right here, I can feel it, it's already wobbling. And I'll show you. If it popped off. So these puddings are actually better than the OUTEMUs. I forgot I even had them. They're better. But where's let me show you what I'm talking about here. So let me pull up my link. Because I want you guys to see what I'm talking about, so you know the switch, because you do notice it. You do notice it. And why is my chat not showing up on live? Because Merlin, I see your message here, but it's not showing up on the live. Interesting. But shout out to Merlin. Happy Sunday. I gotta fix that real quick. Wait. Okay, where's the switch at? It is. I want y'all to see what I'm talking about. Let's go to ASI LVL. I have the ASI LVL right here, and I'm gonna explain what I'm talking about. Here, boom, found it. These are called TECSEE puddings. Here we go. Copy this. Go here and paste this. Okay, copied everything. Where's the TECSEE right here? So I have all the links in my Discord, so I gotta copy out of there, paste that. Boom. Here we go. And I don't know this company. We're just going to use them for sake of using them for right now. Why is my chat not showing up on the stream? That's weird. All right, we're going to dive anyway. We'll fix that later. All right. So these. Okay, blah, 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 blah. I got mine off AliExpress. But these TECSEE, it says medium. These are low. And let me pull them AliExpress. AliExpress is better. Or even Amazon has them. Boom. Here we go. TECSEE mechanical switches. They are silent. They're very quiet. There's a tactile, which is basically a silent clicky, right? The tactile and the linear. So I have linears. And these are very low profile, nice box, but the plus sign is bigger for whatever reason. I don't know. But these are another alternative switch you could put on this pad. The one I showed in the video is this. These. So here's the OUTEMUs. The OUTEMU, it says medium low again, but these are low for an MX switch. Both of these are low profile. The only thing with these is the plus sign is thicker than a Kailh plus sign. So your keycaps, they might, after time, they may start popping off, which I'm just finding out. So kind of like FYI, right? So we're going to dive into those here in a second. Shout out to Rayuno. Thanks for the tip about the Kailh Purple Iris and the M12 Plus. Nice. I can actually play a night without waking the wife. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's
Yes,
wild. Right? First of all, happy Tuesday. Why is it happy Tuesday?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Happy Sunday. Shout out to Merlin. Happy Sunday, Rayuno. Yes, the purple glees are really nice. And again, if you have those and you have other switches, don't hesitate to drop a 40 spring in there. And it's nice. It's nice. It's a little bit. It's not as light, right? But it's a little bit fat. Like I like my switches to kind of snap back. For me, I liked it with the 40. But it's fun. Again, I'm playing with the 30. Some of you guys played last week with the Motion. Those are running 30 springs, so I can play 30, 40, 43, and I'm fine. The 45s felt too stiff for that tiny case. It just didn't. I don't know. That didn't work. But you go 30 to 43 tops, you should be fine, and you'll be happy. Even again, 30 is fine. So with this pad here, I'm showing this because what you can do is I'm gonna take these out. Let's take this off. Just go that way. So when you're replacing your switches on this Victrix Pro KO, most people are going to have box switches, right? Where's my extra ones I used? Here we go. Here's all my samples. All right. Most are going to have these. So here is a taller standard size box, right? Your standard MX switch with a tall box. Is a tall box a yes, sir? I'm not sure. That doesn't make any sense. No, pause. That's a pause. That's a pause. I don't know what that is. We're gonna let that go. But see, this is just slid right off. And here's the thing: the plus sign. Since the plus sign is different, what's kind of happening is, and I'll show you this. And this is a 28 millimeter. That's why this one looks different. There's no colored 28s that I could find, but it feels fine. Some of them rock a little bit. If I put the dual pads on these in particular, so and let me just show you this because you're gonna see it in 2 seconds. What I'm talking about. All right. So these here. Where's my keycaps at? These are full size. These are low. I need mediums. All right, I'll put the mediums here. Who cares? All right, no, I got a better idea. These out. Right. Let's put this over here somewhere because I need more space. Let's slide this back too. I need more space. Where can I put this thing? Can I put it right here? No, you can't see it. Just put it down here. It's a bag. Okay, sorry. Slide the camera forward. Much better. Everything's so far away. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now full size and I need the lower ones. So lower are the speed sensors that come with this are actually lower. The Geonworks Extremes, these two are basically the same height. So these are what most people show you as your lower MX switch. And these Geonworks Raptor Extremes are fantastic, right? But what's weird with this pad too is both of these switches, because the way the keycap is kind of designed, they kind of felt the same. Because I had these in here, I had these, I had these, I had the these are all the switches I threw in here, and I couldn't really get these keycaps to not be clacky and vibrating to me and respond like the Qanba Sapphire. When I pulled it out, I put I put these Geonworks Raptor Extremes in there, and I could tell the difference. Like it's tighter, it's snappier for me, right? And the way that, so I'm almost saying out the box, just leave it stock unless it's too loud. But even with the loudness, because the way this keycap's designed, you really can't do much to make this quiet, but you can. And Orville, shout out to Orville, he actually gave me some ideas. And if he pops in today, we'll try to get him on Discord. We talked about it on Tuesday. We're gonna try to get him on Discord, and so that we can voice chat and talk about it. Because he sent me the notes, and my daughter's doing her hair today, so I could get some rubber bands to try to show you. I'll try to find a rubber band and show you the idea, because it makes a lot of sense how to fix this clackiness. And I can tell you, what you're gonna do is come out, take a small rubber band, right, and you want to put it right here because there's a lip on here. So you want to put it right on here, and that way when you let go, it hits the rubber band. It's basically a giant O-ring is what you're really trying to do. So you're making a giant O-ring to stop that clacking sound. And it's not just the sound. Again, it's probably just me because I have so many different pads. I can feel it, and I'm just not a fan of the feeling. But I've seen people play. I was watching the TECSEE tournament just 2 days ago. People are winning with this pad. So there's nothing wrong with the pad. Every pad has its own feel. My hands just don't like the clackiness. They just don't. They just don't. Right. Right. I like to be honest. That's just how I feel. I just don't. And here's some things to get around. Right. So boom. These are full sides, and I need the mediums. So we'll take. Where's two? I need 2 switches. Let's use this one here. It's fine. I've been here. I was like, what do I do with the other ones right here? Here we go. So now, get on there. Thank you. Right, so I'll put this in. And see, these keycaps fit so much better. I don't know what it is about these TECSEE puddings. I don't know. Oh wait, the Geonworks extremes, I can put those in here too so y'all can see those. All right, so we'll take one more out. I mean the OUTEMU, excuse the OUTEMUs. Here is the OUTEMU. And there's, oh, got it in there. So now, when I put it like this to help you get a good visual, here is stock, right? Clacky, all that good stuff. Here is a standard MX switch with no rings. So if you don't mind the height, my advice is just get some extra keycaps. These are the Hot 42 keycaps just because, I don't know, I like the feel. And these are DOIOs. I mean, excuse me, Duelpads. The Duelpads are really nice too. The DOIOs, they actually don't fit. They're like a 26. They're barely too wide for some of the holes. You won't know because it depends how your case is cut, but it might rub. You're going to go like this and it'll just rub. It'll freeze. So if yours rub and freezes, it's not you, it's the case and all that. So I'll show you here. Right, so now we have the case on, we're ready to play. My camera's right there. So most levelers look like this. They're just 2 American quarters from the floor to the top of the keycap, right, roughly. They may be a little bit lower. The short travel's like this, so that's really nice, right? For what I like, for me. See the rings here? They're fine. They're roughly the same. This is the same height, the same switch, right? Same height. Now, here's a switch with no ring topping it. Now I'll get here so I can hear. It's so unrestricted. It feels so much better and smoother. Listen to this. Here's the stock. You're doing your Hadoukens, all your jump kicks. Then you take the rings off. So now you can actually put silent switches on here and they will be silent because there's no restriction, right? Now here are the OUTEMUs. These are OUTEMUs. These are just the stock switch without the rings. Right, with the rings, without. So I don't know if you can hear that clack on the mic, but that little bit of clack is just gone. And they actually feel smoother and faster because there's nothing like restrict, like this. And you can, imagine slap your hands as fast as you can. You start to feel that tingle. That's kind of what I feel here. That's just me. This is what my hands feel. I don't like it. So I had to fix it, right? But now like this is so much better, so much smoother. And the Duelpad keycaps will feel just great on here. You'll be good to go, right? Now, if you want it lower profile, like I have mine, there's 2 options, but they're caveats, right? The first ones are the TECSEE. What's this thing called again? TECSEE. I haven't talked to you so long, I forgot the name. The TECSEE. These are the TECSEE puddings. These are the OUTEMU GTMX that was in the video. They are essentially the same height. I'll put upside down. Actually, these might be a little bit lower. But you get the point. They're basically the same height, right? The TECSEEs and the OUTEMU GTMXs. The TECSEEs feel better. I can't talk. The OUTEMU GTMX, they're fine. They're fine. And these are blacks, so they're a little bit higher force. They feel really nice. They're fine. The puddings are quieter. They just feel snappier. I think the force is probably lower. That's probably why. I'll put it here so you can hear this. So here is stock without the rings. They're so fast. The pudding. Right? And then the OUTEMUs. The OUTEMUs, they're fine. It's just like, it's like when you push, they're just slightly less responsive, so I don't know. But either way, they're both better low to me, right? They're lower to me. And that's how I fix this. So how did I even get here? How did I even figure this out? all this, I'm gonna clean up my mess, I don't break my switches. Also, weird, this is like a weird fact. All these switches are great, so, you know, I'm just being like, giving you all the thoughts in my brain as I'm doing it. Whatever is about the OUTEMUs, their metal pins, right there, they're slightly weaker. Are you gonna focus? You gonna play nice? No, you gonna play nice, camera? See, it's a little bent right over here. No, I know, I need to put some lotion on. I know. Right, so I don't know if the metal they use to make their switches is, I don't call it cheaper metal, but just a cheaper metal. I don't know, because they work just fine. Once you put them in, they stay there. But just be careful putting them in so you don't bend one. You know, or if you do order, make sure you order extra. Like any other switches, order extra, right? Because you're gonna bend something. You're gonna do like the first two, and you're gonna bend like the last four because you're gonna rush. So just be careful. And what's so funny is actually I might take these puddings. So fun fact. If you ever, I grew up in the military, and when we first came to the South, there was this lady, her name was Miss Puddin'. I don't know why, like, saying these TECSEE puddings makes me think of Miss Puddin'. She was such a nice lady too, she was sweet. Sin, shout out to Sin, happy Sunday, Sin. Yeah, because it's plastic rattling against plastic. Yes, and so Sin, I forgot the rubber bands downstairs. I mean, and if I get up to go get them, I have to find them, because I'd ask my wife where she puts like my daughter's hair rubber bands, because I want to show y'all one with the rubber bands. Let me text my daughter. Hold on, let me text my daughter. She's sitting down there getting her hair done. She's on her phone right now anyway. Let me ask her to ask mommy if there's hair rubber bands down there. Where's my phone? Hold on. Because I want to show you all this. Give me 1 second. Let's see here. Hey girlie, is there any rubber bands down there? Is there any small hair rubber bands downstairs? I need to ask mommy. Okay, wait for the reply. Because I want to do this mod, well, at least part of the mod that Orville shared with us. And well, so Orville sent it to me too, but to share, and I have foam. The foam, so the foam part I didn't understand. I feel like I get what, I have some extra foam here. This is too thick though, so I'm gonna cut only a small piece off of this. And actually what's funny is this foam, if you have a keyboard like this, I bought these little wood things like 2 years ago. This wood is nice, but it's horrible on your wrist. So I put the foam and just cut it. And again, I'm a horrible cutter. I'm horrible. I hate arts and crafts. And I put it on the bottom, so that was like perfect level. And it's actually, I use it every day to be honest. But yeah, but at least we could try it and like see what's going on. Shout out to Midik. Happy Sunday, Midik. Come on, Midik. Midik, aren't you in Spain? I think you're in Spain too. Hey Google, what time is it in Spain?
It is 7:31 p.m.
7:31 p.m. Nice dinner time, relaxing. We're breaking down the Victrix Pro KO, and we're about to. So I showed you all the keycaps. Let me show you how we got here. Shout out to Avex. Happy Sunday, Avex. Let's put this here. And what's so funny is I might change these right now. So shout out to ASI LVL. This pad, did this come out? Is ASI LVL 2024? I think it is 2024. Wow. So when this pad came out, first of all, respect the artwork. Let's respect the artwork.
Yes, sir. Yes,
A little bit of
sir.
going, a little bit of mixing.
Yes,
We've got
sir.
I forgot Chainsaw Man's real name now. It's been so long since I've seen this show. Because we had just, my kids and I, well, Chainsaw Man Perfect Kids? No. So the family, anyway, I'll touch Chainsaw Man. Horrible father. We watched Chainsaw Man not knowing what it was. We actually watched it anyway. But it inspired this whole design. So we have Chainsaw Man here, the LVL right there, ASI and ASNDO Pro LVL, the Chainsaw Man in the middle. There's another LVL somewhere. ASI's up here. I went ham on this. I had so much fun redesigning this. But out the box, it comes with the not cherry, but the it comes with these. The Kailh Speed Silver Turbos, if I remember right. Yes, it does. I think so. They are fantastically smooth. Oh, and because it's acrylic sandwich, so another thing. Switches will feel different because acrylic and metal or plastic. That's just how switches work. Again, I mash. So when I'm playing, I'm like beating the heck out of these controllers when I'm losing, right? So the acrylic sandwiches absorb my impact better in a sense. So I use different switches on the acrylics than I do my metals and plastics. So that needs to be said. It's like my low free, like Ryuno. Like Ryuno was like, get the purple glees. I don't like purple glees on acrylic. it's just too soft. And when I'm mashing, it's already soft enough as a switch, and then the case is soft, like absorbent, so it's absorbing all of my impact, and it feels like it's not coming back up fast enough. So when I hit, I'm like, I feel flat, and that's why I didn't like them at first. I was like, why does it feel so flat? But then once I put them on a metal and a plastic, that's when they shine. I was like, oh, mind blown. So when you're getting switch advice from people, there are caveats that all of our hands are different. My hands are big, right? I have big hands, right? My hand's almost as big as this whole controller, right? So when I'm playing, this is a different experience for me. So let me check the chat here, but y'all get the point. Let me come up a little bit. Is it a new level story? This is the Victrix Pro KO. I know it looks a little different than what you're used to seeing. Usually it looks like this across the whole thing. I'm not a fan of these tall switches. And again, my first experience with that was with the ASI LVL. I like the pad a lot. And I love you just pop this off and change things. You put your, this has been here for 2 years. I've never taken this out. It just stays here. So, and the design's really nice. They did a great job with this. But the switches were tall. And it was my first time ever dealing with a tall pad, because you're not supposed to rest your wrist when you play. But I do. So, it's mine. I do what I want to do. So I was like, why are my fingers kind of cramping, getting tired? And then we went down the rabbit hole, and everyone found the OUTEMUs, and now this thing plays like butter. So much nicer. These are 20 millimeter. I could put 23s on here, but these are 20 millimeter keycaps with a 28 down here in the bottom. Plays fantastic. But now I'm actually on the fence. I might take these OUTEMUs off. Come on. Come on, come on. And I might put Miss Pudding. I might put some pudding on this one. I don't know, because this is acrylic. It might absorb too much. I'm gonna try one of these. Wait, is that a pudding? No, pudding's not up here. I'll put pudding right here, and we'll see if pudding plays better than the OUTEMU GTMXs, because these puddings on this one feel nice. So FYI, if you need low profile MX switches and you want it like quiet, if you have like a plastic or metal base, try the TECSEE puddings. And if you have acrylic, we're gonna find out if the OUTEMUs or the puddings feel better. We'll see here in a second. Let me put this down so I can check the chat. But yeah, love the LVL. And now the X series next to it too. The X series also has tall switches, so this is like kind of like all those things. And this is leading into Evo and all these events. Kind of what do you need if you like MX switches? What should you be looking at? And the Sapphire is right next to it. So I'm putting Sapphire. The 5-box A is right next to me. I'll pull those out in just a second. Oh, I need some water. Yeah, it is 7:30. Nice. Thank you. Yeah, it does. See, it comes out. It looks really nice like this. It's flat, smooth. Yeah, I like it. Which standard MX switches are most high? Wait. Read. Which standard MX micro switches are most similar to Kailh shadow hunting? If you like shadow hunting short travel, you're gonna like the Kailh Sacred Falcons. Okay, wait. Okay, there's not a lot of them. One. So I'm gonna name them all, and I'm gonna describe my feeling for them, if that makes sense. Thank you. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you, Kiro. Oh, these are too big. Okay, we're gonna try this out anyway. These are too big, but these are way too big. But we'll get the point. Hold on, let me ask the smaller ones. Hold on. Alright, so that text. Yeah, there's no. Yeah, this is way too big. I'll show y'all the thought from Orville. And Sin, you know what, Sin, if you have your mic, because Sin can explain it too, and I can get you on the Discord chat, and we can. You'll be live on air, but we talk about it if y'all want to. It's up to y'all. Disclosure, all that stuff. Let me see here. Okay. The short travel Kailh low. These are MXs. We're talking standard Kailh low profile switches. The shadow hunting from Hot 42 is really nice. Smooth, snappy, feels good on metal, plastic, fantastic, right? The Kailh Sacred Falcons, I'm colorblind, so they're pink or purple. You name the color, I don't know. Those are fantastic, and they feel very similar to shadow hunting as far as force. They're both like a 3740, somewhere in there, 3740, 43. They're somewhere in that range, but they feel similar in force. The purple Guilekeys are the softest. They're 30 as far as force. So when you tap, it's going to feel light and flat depending on what you're using, and it's going to feel fast and snappy depending on what you're using. But they're going to be light and quiet, and you can open all these up and change your springs around and blah blah blah. Perfect. Thank you. Kailh, can you do me one more favor? I apologize. Okay, can you give these back to, was it in the bathroom or mommy's?
In the bathroom.
In mommy's bathroom?
No, in our bathroom.
Okay, I'll hold it, thank you. Mommy doesn't need it?
No.
All right, thank you, I appreciate it. Perfect, look at that. We got rubber bands, perfect. We're gonna do some science work here. Do these fit? Oh my God, there's like grease all over these. There's hair grease and conditioner on these things. So they're naturally, they come lubed with hair grease and conditioner. They're lubed. Perfect. They fit. Perfect. All right, perfect. Wait, okay. So really fast. I'm gonna name them all. The first ones that came out were the Tiki Taka Panda V2s. They are short travel. They're not as snappy as the Shadow Hunting and the Sacred Falcons and the Purple Glees, but they are really good. They're low profile, and depending on the materials, they're going to give you a different feel. Then there's the Shadow Hunting by Hot 42, which you just asked about. There's the Kailh Sacred Falcons that feel very similar. And these three feel similar, just these two like are snappier for some reason. And then the Purple Glees are low profile. So those are the four off the top of my head that you'd be considering if you want short travel, low profile, Kailh V2, low profile switches. One is silent, the rest are standard. Boom. Got it. I did it. You try streaming and saying a bunch of things at the same time. Let's see you do it. So I think when we bought the silvers were standard. Yes, this were the silver standard? You know what, Sin? I'm gonna push back. I think it's not. Look. Did I change mine? Because these are the speed silk. These are the Kailh Speed Silver Turbo 45 Force. I think it came with these because I think I never changed these because they're just sitting here. I think, and these switches like on this pad feel really nice, and that's when you buy more. So you probably remember better than I do, but I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I just bought them and like switched them. I don't remember. I think the OUTEMUs are the default now. Yes, when you go on their site, you can order OUTEMUs or those for sure. Shout out to Yohiza. Happy Sunday, Yohiza. He said howdy. Shout out to TECSEE and howdy. Said OUTEMU GTMX low red. I can't read. OUTEMU GTMX red low profile are the defaults now. Oh, the reds. Okay, the reds. And I knew I liked the higher force, so I went with the blacks just because I like higher force. But that makes sense. I have ordered the PWS V1s. I'm nice. The older V1. Also the Punk Workshop V1s. Wow. It's so when the terrorists came in, this whole world is just in a. I don't know what's going on. I feel like America's being taken over by a hidden army. But anyway, it's a whole nother story. It's a whole nother story. Merlin. These are way too big. Pause. Pause. I forgot to say pause. Shout out to Merlin. The closest to Punk Workshop V1, if they ship to your country, the top side doesn't. The top shop doesn't ship to US anymore. Oh dang. But a standard MX pin format, but the stem is much lower. Oh, okay. So it's close to middle height with height MX switch. Oh, nice. It said every time I plug my Lightfox in the PS5, it says I need to update. Don't do the update. So I've seen that before. PS5, there's I want to say it depends on your booter. Because I haven't seen it in a long time. Mine did that. It's not these. There was an update with the actual controller. And then I have seen that with my leverless too. I don't know which booter or adapter you're using, but you don't need to do the update. It's not going to change anything. Just hit back and just play. But I have seen that user, and it does let me move past it. The new Punk Workshop V1 is 0.7 pre-travel, 1.5 to 1.5. These right here. I'll show you. This is how I started going on Rebel. I was like, okay, what am I looking for? That's when I figured out these are 1.5. It's on AliExpress. Where does it show it? 0.5. All right, we gotta go AliExpress. Where's the puddings? The TECSEE puddings. You're gonna say medium. That's misleading because these are low. Right here. Here's the one I saw. So I remember this crazy color. Is that yellow or orange? I don't know. I'm colorblind. Oh wow, those are even lower. These are 2.5. Those are 1.5s. Dang, that's nice. So these are 2.5s, right? And they're low. But when you look at the other ones, it's like a 3. Like where's the MX switch? A standard MX switch, like this one. Here is what you would consider as low. Okay, stop. Look at that, 3.8. So like I'm pretty sure your Geonworks Raptor Extremes are 3.8s also. So I'm gonna come up a little bit. I know I'm going fast, I apologize. But see, this 2.5 matters. So now if I look at something even taller, like a standard MX switch, get out the way, AliExpress, with all your nonsense. Let's see if this will do it. Is there any standards in here? Let's look up cherry switches. Silver. Here we go. Well, no, this is low. I need something taller than this. I need. Do not quit. Okay, I need Where's a standard tall switch? What's the name? Is the Kailh ice creams. Okay, we'll just grab one of these dumb things. I just use this. Getting frustrated. Just use this one. Let's see if it shows the total height. I'm trying to drive the point home so you guys could see why this matters to my fingers. And again, this is my hands. 3.6, 3.6, 2.5, and 3.8. I can find it, but the point is that's a big difference. That 1 millimeter is actually a very big difference in gameplay. Like you can honestly, I can feel it. I can feel it. And this is my hands, so what I like. If you don't have a problem with it, just take your keycaps off, put any keycaps you like, and have fun with your controller. You'll be right out, and look, it just plays it. Why is this one so unstable? What is going on with this keycap? Did it get gapped out? I think I gapped it out. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir. Yes,
right,
sir.
Come a little bit. And they're 4 to 5 force. Oh, nice, nice. The pain in the arse to get the backs. Shout out to Rena Score. That's a cool name, Rena Score. Happy Sunday, Rena Score. Which do you like? Which guy can't talk? Which do you think is better in your opinion, Sapphire or this? Let's pull out the Sapphire. All right, let's take this. Oh, Sapphire is a big girl. She's got a big booty. You gotta spank it. You want to, you know, squeeze up next to it. Just, you know. Okay, I'm going too far. I'm going too far.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's make some space. We're gonna need these in here in just a second. Wait, and I'll do this really fast. So here's what I'm, just in case I forget. It's a family show. I'm not going too far. It's a family show. If you have this pad now, you can buy small hair rubber bands. These, make sure there's no like labeling on here. Okay, good. There's nothing on here. So, I'm black, right? So this is in my house. But these are hair rubber bands. I'm sure every race has them, so you know all that good stuff. It is what it is. These are rubber bands. These are black. These are small, but they're for a lot of times you'll find them for hair, right? And it's kind of blurry. Long-lasting quality. 500 rubber bands. I don't know what Black Fox means. These were, I can't see the price. $11 or $1? I can't tell. Probably 11 bucks. But these are what we had. What you'll do is you take this, wrap it on the top of your keycap. Put the keycap inside. Oh, wait, put the keycap on, excuse me. All right. Now, I don't like this. I don't like this. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe I did it wrong. Maybe I did it wrong. I should have pinged Orwell before I started the stream to make sure he's signed up. It's like, it's short travel, but it's super short travel. Don't buy these. These, no, I don't like this. Like, I'd rather have it play and clack. And the clack is fine. Like, the more I play with it, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, I feel like I'm beating up this controller. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm pull the Sapphire in a second. But this is too short and too low. I don't like that. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. It feels like very flat to me. I feel like I don't like it. It's too low for me. If you like, you know, super short, you'll like this. Do this mod. It's super cheap. It'll make it feel better. But it's too low for my playstyle. And again, you bought it, you own it, make it feel the way you want it to feel. Don't do what I'm saying. I'm just telling you how I like to play and what I feel in the moment. Make sure you know, feel what feels right to you. All right, stop that off. All right, let's pull out the Qanba Sapphire so I can see what's going on here. Slide this back. Slide everything out the back because she gonna come with. Okay, here's the Qanba Sapphire. And just alone, look how big this is. Oh, y'all can't tell camera. Let's put this way. Why do I have this dumb purple thing on here? I forgot I left this on here. I can take that off. Wow, this thing fits. The Sapphire is bigger by the wrist rest everything. This almost fits inside this whole thing. The Sapphire, it's big, but it's nice. It's comfortable. They're both, and this is actually bigger than you think this is. This is larger than most levels. Like, here's the ASI LVO. You could see. There's a pretty good gap. This is bigger than you think it is. So when you pull the Sapphire out, this is bigger than the Victrix. Like, you notice this even more. Okay. Which leverage controller, in your opinion, is better than the Razer Kitsune? I have the Razer Kitsune. I got to pull that here in a second also. The Razer Kitsune, the Hot 42 M16 is the Razer Kitsune. The 8-bit DOIO is the Razer Kitsune. The RTU Studio Master Edition hitbox is the Razer Kitsune. The Dulepad A models are Kitsunes with tighter spacing. I'm looking across the room as I'm like saying this out loud. The Hot 42 T, like all the T family is a Kitsune. So that's like a very, very high level to answer your question. So there's none are better, but like I'll break that down in a minute. The Razer Kitsune, they're optical switches, but you can't find them anymore, I'm hearing. But anyway, back to this. Okay, so the Qanba Sapphire, if you're considering this, instead of all your materials being here, they're right here. See, this thing is so big, I have to like push it up against the camera. There you go. It's, come out, there it goes. It's right here on the bottom. So, let me put it upside down. You have your blank keycaps that just pop right, I mean, don't flip this over, they will fly out. They will fly right out. Your extra switches stick them down here, and of course, shout out to Geonworks Raptor Extremes to those in here. Your tool to take your keycaps, to take this metal rail off, to do everything you need to do. This is like a convertible tool, and your plunger to adjust your height. And this is costs less than the Victrix. So, and you're gonna feel the clack. I'll move this over here so I can hear this. Y'all hear that? I don't know if I can hear it. Why does this one feel fine? Maybe it got bumped. So you're gonna hear this because it's a plastic case with like a metal. There's metal parts in here, but it's a plastic case essentially, right? Which are rails. And again, if you buy this controller, don't be afraid to just pull these rubber plugs out and take your screws out. I only have 2 screws in. I have one right here and one. This is an L shape. So one here, one here, one here. Maybe I have 3 in. I don't remember. There's like 14 screws. I took all that nonsense out. You don't need them because it's metal. It's not going anywhere, right? But okay, I'm going too far. Point being is this. When you get this, do the updates. That way you can use all of your buttons. You'll program with this button to do the individual, and you'll hold both to do the extras, to do like, I want up button here, up button here, up button here. I want A, like whatever you want to do, you can customize all that stuff. And it comes with a gel wrist rest. Wait a minute. Is this going here? Oh, it won't stick. Okay. In my opinion, I like this better than the Victrix Pro KO. And neither is better for... I'm torn because I modified mine. My modified Victrix Pro KO is... I like. Because it's unrestricted. The keycaps don't... Just... Yeah. They're both good. I need to think some more about this. I've been thinking about this a lot, actually. That's actually took a while to get the review done. I was torn, like... how I feel. So I have more on the floor. I have the Fightbox B Pro. I have more things we'll pull up on the table here in a second to like expand your question of what is better or worse. Given the price, they do the same job. They're PS5, PS4, PC out the box. This has a profile switch. I can change my profiles on the go. This has a large frame. That has a large frame. This comes with a wrist rest. I know it's ugly, but it's free. So you can, and it's gel, so you better not complain because it's free. All the tools are inside. All the tools are inside. I could put customizable artwork out the box. This is ugly out the box. And now we got good. First of all, respect the artwork. Respect the artwork.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This has custom artwork on top.
Yes,
You don't need to put
sir.
your button labeling because the button labeling is on the lid. I think. I don't remember. It is. Yeah, it is on the material. So you just put the artwork and you're done. But it is a big piece. I'm leaning this way between the two. If you're in an MX and you're asking should you get a Sapphire or a Victrix, in the moment I'm leaning towards this because of cost. Because to buy the Victrix, modify the Victrix the way I like mine, to make it feel basically like this, but unrestricted. Because I can't make this unrestricted. This case is so deep, I can't take these keycaps off. I have to use. So if you don't like the clackiness of major brand keycaps, you're gonna feel that on this pad. So you may not like this pad, right? But they're both good options. But that's like in the moment where I'm sitting. If you want to go and save more money, here's the Fightbox B Pro, and look how low these switches are. It's just standard. Like I say low, but I really mean standard height. When you put the Geonworks Raptor Extremes in here, oh my god, you don't hear that? Shout out the code, happy Sunday code. You know, like really nice, really nice. But it's not. You can get this. You can get this with the Brooks board inside. It'll be PS5, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, and PC compatible with the box. This is the PC version, so it's like I think $99. So I have an adapter and I'm good to go. But I like the B Pro more than the Victrix Pro KO personally. And the switches just feel unrestricted. The Fightbox 8 series. These come with MX switches. These switches are a little tall like the Victrix, but the thing is, it's a box, so it's not the fight box. It's how do you say this? If I built something with other people's tools, if that makes like with aftermarket switches, because these aren't in-house switches. I'm waiting to order. I'm waiting for the price to come down. I'm gonna take these out and put the adapters like I did my other boxes. So I'm making them a little bit lower. I'm gonna put Kailh low profile V2s in here. Actually, I might put MXs. I'm not sure, but they're hard to. Anyway, I'm gonna take these out. But the box is solid design. First, I respect the artwork. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Put it
sir.
away. Out of artwork, this might be my favorite artwork of all of them. Like I can't even lie. Shout out to me. Shout out to me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
I'm gonna
sir.
grab the Razer Kitsune here in a second. Let me check the chat. Razer Kitsune, the new Punk Bunch are inserts. They're using Kailh purple iris. Oh, they are. That's interesting. Wow. I emailed Punk Workshop US customer site because I wanted to grab 10 sets. Oh, nice. But I expect support to ghost me again.
Bruh.
You're like, this Sim guy? Yeah. Send it the trash. Most MX Switch 3.5 millimeter 4.0 code facts. So with these being 2.0, these two of these, and code I was saying, I forgot I had these. I've had these puts for like 2 years. I just forgot. I don't even remember why I didn't like these, because I got them, and there's got to be a reason why I never. You know what it probably was? I probably tried these on the ASI LVL, and because it's acrylic, maybe they felt flat and mushy. So I was like, oh, I don't like them. And now I found a metal plastic pad. I'm like, oh, they feel fantastic. So my Victrix Pro KO. These puddings, I'm liking them more. Yeah, I'm torn. But I might just lose stock. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this. Wait, did I put this rubber band? I did. I didn't like the rubber band. I'll come back to that. Every time you press a stock KO button, you add a to the Wi-Fi Archimeter. Facts. Every time you tap these things, can you turn that controller down? Can you turn that controller down? What? Sorry, honey, I'm going here kicking A. I'm trying not to cuss. You need to try to kill box stakers. Actually, code. These are the Kailh ice creams. These aren't stakers. These are Kailh ice creams, just like the Hot Free 2s. So I have these, but they're tall. They're really tall. They're good on the Sapphire. Like if you like a softer Sapphire. But Sapphire also, note, the keycaps are a little bit heavier. It's a thicker it's like a mix of like 3 different plastics, so it's slightly heavier. So you may find yourself wanting a slightly higher force on your Qanba Sapphire to give you that same feel, just like a FYI, people that are curious. Or watch out there he is. Or was here. Or if you want to hop on, I have my headphones on. I'm wearing like 2 headphones right now, like a weirdo. But I have my mic and all that stuff, and you can come on the live. We can talk about it. I tried the rubber bands, and I don't know if I did it wrong, but I wasn't the biggest fan. And the foam, I need to read it. Sunday mornings kind of like, they're kind of weird, so I didn't get a chance to read all the notes. I saw, I think you said last night, I read it, but I had to read it again. So maybe I'll pull up live here in a second. Let me think about it, because I want to do the mod and show you how you do it. Everything's better than the Kitsune. All right, here's the Kitsune. Let's pull the Kitsune up. Hold on. Oh wait, here's the size difference. Y'all can't see this. I had to move my camera back because of this. So there's that, right? There's Kitsune. Can y'all really see that? Yeah. I'll maybe put it lower. There you go. That's like a good example how the size difference. The Kitsune. Here's the thing with the Kitsune. There's 2 pads that get a lot of like fluff, but shout out to the fluffy YouTube enjoyers. Wait a minute.
Bruh.
Hold up. That name is awesome. So wait a minute.
Bruh.
Now Merlin's here, so I gotta watch out. So Merlin's gonna catch me. I need to pause when I say that name. The fluff YouTube enjoyer. Okay, that's not. Okay, that's not. Okay, my mind's in a weird space. I'm tired, so my mind's in a weird space. I was like,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't know what that got me.
Yes,
That
sir.
got me. My mind went somewhere. It's like when his name used to be OnlyVids, and every time he would leave a comment, I don't know why. The first thing my mind saw was OnlyFans.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So I
sir.
love YouTube Jordan. I don't
Yes,
even know where my mind went. It just
sir.
went somewhere left. We're back. We're back. We're all adults. We're all back. Lock in. Lock in. Lock in. We're back. Oh, I lost my train of thought. Dang it. Oh, I lost it. Dang it. Dang it. I don't know why that name got me. That got me. Dang it. I lost my train of thought. Okay, my boy switched from the Kitsune to the Hotpad X, and he nearly cried tears of joy. I gave him my M16 Plus to try. He was like, what the hell I was doing the whole time? The M16 Plus is fantastic. That's like when I need to go on Tekken. On Street Fighter, I use something else. So, first of all, let me say, I'm doing good. First of all, and shout out to you. I'm not making fun. I'm actually laughing with you, not at you, because I like that name. It just, I don't know why I read it funny. It just made me laugh. So shout out to Fluff YouTube Enjoyer. That's a cool name. Wanted to ask, is there any levels with M16 Plus size button? Yes, there is. But real wide, like Qanba Sapphire. Oh, I know what you're asking. I know what you're asking. You want the Qanba Sapphire size of frame, but you want the buttons. I'm sorry. In my ears, a 20-second delay, so I can hear myself talking, and I'm laughing right now, and I'm trying not to laugh. I must be really sleepy. I don't know what's going on. That got me. That got me. Shout out to the Fluff YouTube Enjoyer. I like that name. And first of all, I called you Fluffy. The Fluffy YouTube Enjoyer. I'm not even reading it right. So shout out to, we're having a good day.
Yes,
It's Sunday, we're
sir.
having fun.
Yes,
We're doing a deep dive. It's fun.
Yes,
It's hair day, so I'm feeling in a rush. It's a good day.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
And we're probably gonna play Street Fighter in like a little bit because I want to test these things out doing Street Fighter. All right. Focus, lock in. So, as far as a large frame, this Qanba Sapphire is honestly an extra. I would almost call this an extra large frame because it is bigger than people think it is, and it's not absurd. Like it's actually very comfortable on your lap, but it's big, the biggest one. I'm looking across the room. I think it's the biggest frame that I have. And if you need like a point of reference, here's a box. Like it's not far off from being the width of a box, like a standard box controller. It's taller, obviously. Like you can see here, it's taller than a box. Right, but it's the biggest. So if you want a large frame, the largest frame you can get, the Sapphire is kind of what you're looking at, right? Let me pause. Let me get my thoughts together. So that's that. All right. And we're gonna talk about 8-bit levels in a second because this adds to the question of Kitsune and everything else. All right. So, Kitsune used to be considered large. It is still large. Like when most people say large, they're talking about the Kitsune, and you can see my hand is as big as this controller. I wear triple X riding gloves. My fingers are long, but the point being is, this is large. You can see this is bigger. So this is extra large. Whereas the Sapphire is bigger than this, it's extra large, right? So, I don't know. I'm probably beating a dead horse. Let me chill out. So, if you have the Kitsune now, if you can find them, I recommend getting the black Keychron optical switches and putting O-rings. You're like, what's an O-ring? So here's the black Keychron switches. These are optical. They're not regular switches, right? You can see in there, I have an O-ring inside. See that little rubber ring in there? That's kind of what we were trying to do with this. And Orvlex, if you can hop on, let me know, and I will. I can't see Discord, but just message here. And I have my headphones, and we'll talk on the mic. If you feel comfortable. If not, it's not a big deal. Really, if anybody wants to come on the mic, just be appropriate because I don't want to get my channel like messed up. So just please watch the links and all that stuff. But hop on, let's talk. I love talking to y'all. So this rubber band, I think, was trying to solve the same problem. You're trying to like stop the clacky sound. You're trying to mute this, right? This O-ring, for me, it's not the sound, it's the impact. Since I mash when I play, I don't want it, I want it smooth, linear, and snap back. I want it snappy, right? All that good stuff. So I have the blacks for higher force and higher snappiness, the O-rings to make it quieter and snappier, and it feels better. The keycaps can feel a little wobbly, only because you made it taller. It's not sitting flush with the plus sign, if that makes any sense. But I don't notice when I play. So with that said, if you like large keycaps across the whole body, this is an extra large. But if you like large across the whole body, Yeah, the Kitsune. PS5 out the box, right? You also have the 8-bit DOIO wireless leverless, and I keep forgetting to put this in like my starter pads. Like if you were just new to leverless, you're curious, this is a fantastic pad. The price is always affordable. It's like 70, 80 bucks, 50 bucks on Woot. It's always affordable. The switches are loud. They're clicky. They're loud. They're gonna be loud. Don't even like guess. So I took mine out. I put the low free Spectres in mine. Feels fantastic. You can put the Hot 2 wind engines. You can put the Deep Sea Islet pinks. Fantastic. It's fantastic. But and you have your wireless adapter right here, all that good stuff. Since it's not PS5 compatible out the box, you will need an adapter with this, right? But if you like large keycaps across the whole body, this is an alternative, right? And I always forget to mention this. People ask, like, where should I start? The only reason I don't tell people to start here is when I play Street Fighter, I don't like the white because my fingers are skinny. So I don't like them white like this when I play Street Fighter. So I like this more standard layout for Street Fighter, but I'm a Tekken player. So I play Tekken, I'm weird. My thumb goes here and my fingers wrap around. Why? I don't know. This is how I learned how to use the leverless. So I don't know. This is how I play Tekken. All right. But that's that. I have another one to show you. This was my first like official large leverless pad. This is the Fightbox B1 from like 2 years ago. So you don't want this model. You want the newest one from their website. Don't buy from AliExpress because it's going to come with the Pico board, the old Pico board. You don't want that. The keycaps, like they fly off. You don't want this one. You want the new one with the new PBT keycaps. Everything's better. 2026 they fixed their whole lineup, right? But this is all wide, just like the Kitsune, but it's acrylic, so is it wider? It is like barely wider. But what's difference is, if you like MX switches, it's tall enough to fit MX switches, so they're nice and low, like flush. So this is how I started leverless. So I've always been a lower profile leverless player. And then as the pads came along, I started to figure out like why does something feel weird, feel different. And that's when I started realizing, oh, my hands prefer. And again, I learned how to play Tekken with large keycaps, wide spacing. So that's why you always see me like grab one of these styles for Tekken. But I go to Street Fighter, I don't grab this. I'll grab my other ones because they're tighter and more natural. Because Street Fighter, you need 8 buttons. I like my fingers closer together for Street Fighter. That's just how I play. So if you like a large, wide, full keycaps, the Fightbox B1 from their website is another consideration. And if you just want large, so the B Pro is fantastic. But yeah. So the Kitsune. If you look at a Kitsune or the Victrix Pro, the prices are very similar. Now that I've modified, so look at the height. See how they're like 2 quarters off the base? This is what I'm talking about. Look, can y'all see that? I don't think you can see it, dang it. You probably can't see. I can't get it closer. I'll hold it like that for a second. You can't see it, it doesn't look right. It doesn't, oh, my microphone's right. This probably doesn't look right. Yeah, you can see right there. Look at the rings on the left with the keycap. Look at the keycaps on the right. You can clearly see how tall the left is to the right. Like it's very tall. It's double to like double and a half the height. So the point is, when your fingers are, when you're used to playing, see how fast I'm snapping? I can just tap. Where's my fingers at? Lined up. See, I can just press. Boom, boom, boom. When I lift up to push down, I don't have to go right here. I just barely lift. Right? And I'm on this one. Oh, can I get that? How can I get that on camera? You probably can't. So it's that tall, that tall, that tall. Look how low that is. So I have to like push it down and like fully come up to get it to release. Here, I barely touch it. That's the point I'm making. That's the point I'm trying to drive home. Low profile, regular profile, regular, regular. See what I'm saying here? So I can just play. So when I used to watch I move a lot in Tekken. I'm moving around. I'm like faking you out. I'm just jittering around the screen. But I could do it fast here with both fingers. Just here, I have to like come up higher. And I'm not a fan. My hands don't like it. I'm not a fan. Maybe my fingers too long. I don't know. That's the point I'm driving on. So the Kitsune, if you have it, there's nothing wrong with it. I know people don't like, but there's nothing wrong with it. This kind of is what it is. And if you see my Hot 42 Versus videos, everything in the T family is the Kitsune layout, basically. Essentially the same spacing, same size keycaps. So this is extra large. Just imagine this being here, right? But you get the point. So if you like the T, the V, the U, the M plus, the M, the TV Gamer times 16, Those are all the T family Razer Kitsune. The 8-bit DOIO leverless, the RTU Studio Master Edition, the Duelpad A14, A16. Those are the things that are, there's like 9 pads I can think of that are large keycaps wide spacing across the body. There you go. Victrix, the Hopper 2 X series, the X series. Let me check chat. I'm over here talking so much. I didn't read. I need some water. Come up a little bit. I'm sorry. Fuck, I didn't even answer your question. Like, I'm over here talking so much. I did. I wanted to ask, is there any leverless with the M16 plus size? Right, M6, the plus size buttons, but real wide, like the Quantum. Okay, I did answer your question, right? I did. The M16 plus kind of is the Razer Kitsune with Kailh low profile switches. You can call it a Chinese knockoff. Like, I know I'm in the States, so they say that in the States, so that's inappropriate. I apologize, but that's what they call it in the States. But that was the goal, and I'm glad they did it, because that's the M16 plus is like when I need to go on Tekken, I'll grab that most of the time, or T. It depends. But when I play a Street Fighter, I don't grab those. I grab something else for Street. What's that noise? Oh, Orville's okay. Well, hold on. We have a special guest. Orville, don't hang up. Give me a second. Where's my microphone? 2 seconds. Where's my mic? Where's my headphone jack? I feel like Mr. Rogers. That sounds like Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. Maybe I'm just going crazy. Where is my headphone jack? Where's my headphone jack? There's too much junk on my desk.
Yo.
There's too much junk on my desk. Please hold. There it is. I found it. Please hold. Got it. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I cannot hear you. Oh, wait, I can't. Hold on. I can't hear you. But you sound low. Give me a second. Where's Discord? How did I do this before? Okay, there's our call right here. Can I adjust this in here? More options. Voice settings. Can you do me a huge favor? Can you count to 10?
1.
Perfect.
2,
now you sound clear.
3. What's going on?
Cool, man. How's it going?
It's going well. I'm trying to get this camera set up.
Oh, wait. There's a lag. I don't hear you anymore.
I'm here.
Did I mute myself?
No, I can hear you.
Okay, so
Hello?
there's a 20-second delay on the YouTube, whereas local I should hear you clear, but I don't hear you. Why don't I hear you? Local. I hear you on the video, which again I can't talk to you 20 seconds delayed.
Check your
Give
output.
me 1 second. I apologize. Voice and video settings. Speaker. Where's my headphone jack? Can I plug you in here? Yes, I'm checking. Actually, it's funny. I'm like at 20 seconds behind, but I'm checking the output right now. The headphone jack, speakers, Realtek, blah blah blah. Yeah, my default is Windows microphone. I apologize. Give me 2 seconds here. Okay, I know there's a delay. Can you count to 20 for me? And I'm gonna switch different inputs while you're counting.
1, 2, 3.
All right, let's plug this
4,
in here. Let's see if this does
5,
me.
6,
Let's plug it in this
7,
one.
8, 9, 10.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
11,
Where's my
12.
microphone? The Yeti. There we go. Can you hear me? Perfect. Now we sound perfect. How's it going? Oh Jesus, yeah. Okay. And hold on, I gotta. This is gonna piss me off. The stream, they can't hear you, so I'm going to switch mics again. Give me a second. Okay, I know y'all couldn't hear, so I'm gonna switch my inputs here. It was funny is I've done interviews with Mitch before, but again, it's Windows. I'm blaming Windows 11. Windows 11 sucks. I think Windows 11 changed my whole little setup here. Is it the Realtek audio? How can I? We'll try this one. Let's see. Can you still hear me? Okay, I can't hear you. I'm gonna switch inputs. Can you hear me now? Okay, we'll see if the audience can hear that in just a second. Yeah, perfect. So let me check the chat here while. Would Hoffer 2 CAT be same size as Qanba Sapphire? Actually, the CAT is similar. I didn't think about that. The CAT is a big boy. Or big girl. She's got a little dunk too. Where's the second? There's the first input check. Come on, y'all can't hear that. We're blaming Windows because Windows sucks.
Let me see. Oh God. Oh.
What if I put you there? Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah, I can't hear you when I put it there. That's the A. That's my microphone audio. If I put you in the mic, people can't hear. Where's just standard Windows audio? Because the audience, when I put you here, the audience can hear you, but I can't hear you. This is so frustrating.
I'm gonna grab my second camera.
What we might have to do is, because I don't want to pause. I want to keep this going. So we may have to like read the chat, like talk through chat, like a 20-second delay. This sounds absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, looks like I got a camera.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 different audio outputs. Let me check it. I'm sorry. Mayflash F500 flat is largest lever. No, the F500 flat is not. It's the tallest code. She's big and bulky, but she's not wide. The F500 flat, if that makes sense. Let me check chat here for a second. It's slightly smaller. Exactly. Fluffy YouTuber Jordan. Shout out to Fluffy. Yep, he got it. Exactly. It's it's a different size. And Code, because you're right, Code, it is taller and heavier, but it's nowhere near as wide. It's not even as wide as the Razer. I don't think it might be the same size as the Razer, technically. I would get the purple 8-bit DOIO leverless for his yes, the 8-bit DOIO is nice. It is really nice. The CAT is great starter, but yes, it is. Yeah, CAT is really good too. Yeah, I just wish the buttons were a bit bigger. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, but none of these pads you mentioned are wider than 30. Facts. Only the ones I mentioned have the 30. The T family, the Razer Kitsune, the 8-bit DOIO, and the R2 Studio, and the Duelpad A16, A14. I know. I'm trying to. Okay, good, because I'm all caught up. So, how do I change my audio output? Background music source. What if I change this here? Background. And again, or I apologize. First, thank you for coming on, and I apologize. I'm like,
working with Windows 11 is not the easiest thing. I know.
There's the headphone media. Okay, so we'll try these two and see if I can hear. So there is the. I'm gonna do the bottom one first. This is one. Can you hear me now? Okay, I can hear you. We'll give that a second to see if people can hear. I wish there was a faster way to get feedback. So I'm using the way I'm streaming. I'm using a product that lets me stream to Twitch and YouTube at the same time. So that's why there's a 20-second delay. The Twitch is instant, but YouTube is not. Okay. I know what I'll do. I'm gonna grab my AirPods. That way I can hear Twitch instantly. We'll grab these and turn on Twitch stream real fast, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna show you guys how to modify this Victrix Pro KO with some of the mods that Orville and Sin have found to use your stock keycaps but get a better feel, better quality, all the different things to give you a better experience, because I'm not a fan of these rings whatsoever, and this isn't the first time I've dealt with this, but yeah, I'm not a fan. All right, let me grab these, put my headphones back on, go to my channel. All right, 1, 2. Okay, perfect. It's like a 2-second delay. Perfect. Okay. Can you do me a favor? Can you count to 20?
Well, 13, 14, 15.
Okay, so right there. This audience can hear you, but I couldn't hear you under those. Can you do it one more time?
Thirteen,
Try to
14,
turn this up. Is it
15,
this?
16, 17, 18,
15,
19,
16.
20.
Okay, I know what I'm going to do. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put you here. Okay, I got it. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to use my phone to hear you. I'm going to have like a 2-second delay, which is better because you guys, again, on YouTube is 20. So here's the perfect thing. It's one of these last 3 audio inputs, and we'll carry the conversation really good that way, and I'll just deal with a 2-second delay. It's not that big a deal. So, or we'll do me a favor, count one more time so I can find which one of the last 3 audio inputs actually worked.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, I can hear you.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
10,
14,
11,
15, 16,
13.
17,
Can you hear me?
18, yep, 19, 20.
No, there's like a delay. Hold on. I'm getting first. Okay, hold on. Let me take YouTube out. All right, hold on. All right, YouTube is off. Okay, so I'm only on Twitch and my PC. One more count. Again, I apologize. Okay, I don't hear anything.
$15, 16,
Yeah, I don't hear
17,
anything at all.
18, 19,
15.
20.
Right there. This is a mess, but there's a bigger delay, but I can hear you. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5. And you can hear me now, right?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. We'll go with this. It's like a 2 to 3 second delay, but this is fine. So I'm using my headphones. The microphone is the audio. Perfect.
You want to share this video feed so I can show the audience how to do the mod?
Let me go to Discord. Is there any way to share your screen? Back out. I don't want to show all of that. Pop out. There we go. Got it. Pop out. All right, let me see if I can window capture this. Let's come over here. Come here real quick. Discord. Boom. Got it. Let me make it bigger. It's upside down though.
Yeah, let me see if I can rotate the video.
I'll make it bigger so everybody can see.
Is it possible to rotate my
Let me
video
adjust
here?
my screen size. How do we?
I got you.
Let me see if I can rotate it for you. Give me a second.
I got,
Okay,
I got it. I'll
Okay.
just manually rotate the camera.
Better, much better. And first of all, before we dive in, I know it's like a 2-second delay. I want to thank you and really all the residents in the chat, but you're on the phone with me, so it's, so thank you. I really appreciate, again, all of you guys, all the residents in the chat, all the support, helping the channel grow to where it is. It's kind of like a happy accident, right? That where we are today, and it's really like a fun hobby to just sit and just talk about controllers and just a hobby. Like, it's just fun to kind of chill and just be part of the community and just hang out. And I really appreciate all the feedback, all the help. And it's funny, I think when I first started talking to you, you had like a little of an issue on the Hot for 2 server, and anyone that's been in that server knows there are days where they can be a little harsh. They mean well, but they can be harsh, right? And it led into a really cool it's an online friendship, but I definitely consider all of you guys friends, and I appreciate talking to you guys. I've had questions about AI stuff. You always help, and again, I really appreciate all of y'all. I'm talking to you, but make sure I say everyone so no one gets offended. But yeah, man, it really means a lot, and it helps the community. It helps me too, and it's just fun. So I really appreciate it and all the hard work, man.
Anytime. I appreciate the thanks. All right, guys, you ready to jump in?
And your
to
socials. Share your socials so anybody can follow you.
Oh yeah, on my Orville. So on X, Orville, YouTube, Orville. It's a really unique name, so hard to miss.
And now you mention that's fun too. When I first saw it, I kept saying Oruval. I couldn't say it right. Yeah, so yeah, shout out to Orville.
Yeah, it's just a mix of Oris, Latin gold, and valor. So golden valor.
Oh, nice. Okay, nice. All right, I made it bigger. Okay, boom, we're ready.
All right, chat. So here's the Victrix Pro KO. Just gonna start off with the materials I have. So I have my Victrix Pro KO. I have a grid where I can do my cuts. I have a pair of scissors. I have an X-Acto knife. And then here I have some 1mm adhesive foam. You can see this is the material that is between the tape at the bottom and the foam. It's 1mm. As you can see, it's really thin. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I modded this controller about 2 years ago and why I like it. So I'm gonna put the mic near the controller so you can hear the buttons modded first. Can you guys hear that? Doc, can you hear that?
I don't hear anything. That sounds really good, because I don't hear a thing. No, it's quiet. That's good.
Yeah. It's super quiet mod, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. So I took off the faceplate
for
here.
those that are kind of wondering, like, compared to this, that was nothing. You can hear anything. That was perfectly quiet.
Yeah, it's super quiet. And again, shout outs to my wife. She's the reason why this mod exists, because she kept telling me to turn the controller down.
Shout out to the wives.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
here's the
Yes,
Geonworks
sir.
Raptor Extreme. You don't have to use this switch. I like this switch because it's a faster actuation and a shorter throw. But the speed silvers that come with the controller work. So if you can get them with the speed silvers, they work just the same. I'm gonna go ahead and take out a switch just for right now, but I want to show you what that mod looks like. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull out a button from the cap housing, and I'm just gonna pull out some here, right there. You can see there's foam around that rim. Can you guys see that? Pretty clear, right?
Oh, that's where y'all were putting I was like, where are y'all putting this foam?
And I want to show you.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna switch views here. You're putting the foam around. You're putting the foam right here.
Yep, I'm putting the foam around that metal.
the outer edges of like the switch.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you look at the cap, chat. So if you look at the cap, you can see I have a rubber band right there. Can you guys see that?
I thought so, and I'll show that. Yeah, I'll show that. So here's that part I figured out. So what he did was, these are, again, our hair rubber bands. These are too thick, and he sent me a thinner rubber band, but I didn't have time to order it to get here fast enough. But what we're doing is we're taking rubber band and putting it around the keycap, because stop falling off. When you put this together, the keycap goes inside, it is slapping. That noise you hear is the clacking of it bouncing back up and slapping the top. So if you get a very, very thin rubber band, it's thin, because when I put this hair rubber band in here, it's too thick. Like when I push, it's too short travel. Like it's way too short. Okay, so back to you. Nice.
Yeah, so you want to use that dimension of rubber band that I provided. I tested quite a few, but that's the one that I think works the best. And when you put the rubber band on the cap, you can't really see it, right? It's clear. You have to really be looking at it to see it. But to explain what it does, chat, why that mod works. If you look right here into the light diffusing rim, you can see on the inside there's a raised rim, and that's to prevent the cap from flying off. That rim right there, that's to prevent the cap from flying off. And when you put a rubber band, you're effectively dampening the return, so when it returns back up, it's more silent. But with that being said, let me go ahead and show you guys really quickly how to get this mod. So if you are looking to get a Pro KO, you can get the best experience. So right here, I have the 1mm foam, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut a square that's gonna fit around this hole. So probably just gonna cut a square like this.
And as you're doing that, it sounds to me like the goal with the foam is to dampen the impact on the switch down, whereas the rubber band is to dampen the impact on the switch up.
That's correct. So I have my foam cut, and I'm gonna go ahead and target a switch that I have not modded. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring that to the camera. You can see I have not modded this switch, but I've modded this one. So we're gonna place foam around that rim, and this is how we're gonna do it. So we're gonna take our cut foam and we're gonna press it into that area. The way I like to do it is I like to just take the actual cap and press it into that area, since it already fits that mold. So it should look like this. I'm just pressing that in nice and firm. So now that I have it pressed in, you can see I have the outline of the area we need to cut. I'm gonna go ahead and place it on my cutting area. And I'm gonna grab my X-Acto knife. And all I wanna do is just cut out this middle piece. Nice and gently, nice and slow. And then once I cut that area, I want to go ahead and cut around that circle. So this is going to take a bit of practice. I've done this a lot of times. But go slow on your first time, because you want to make sure you get it as precise of a cut as possible. I did laser cut these before. I think laser cutting works, but super expensive if you don't already have a cutter. So there you go. There you go. I have it cut out. Gonna go ahead and push it out. And you can see that this is a little bit more of the surface area than I need. It cannot be bigger than this island. Let's just call it an island. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that in that space I have the edges. So I'm going to go ahead and push it in again and make sure that I get all those edges so I can clean this up. If you're really good, you can do this in one pass, but I didn't press firmly enough the first time. So now you can see I have a little outline. It's probably hard to see. I'm using a 1080p camera. I intended to use a 4K camera, but I think my PC is having an interesting power requirement on the front USB header. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out.
Yeah, it's when it's 11. Shout out to when it's 11. Oh, happy Sunday, Soko. Shout out to Soko. Happy Sunday.
So I went ahead and now I have a more precise
We're
cut.
going over the Victrix Pro KO and how to modify it.
I have a more precise cut now. And there it is. I'm gonna go ahead and place it.
Nice.
I'm gonna go ahead and place it on that little island. Check it out. And I'm gonna go ahead for this demonstration. I'm not gonna go ahead and grab my bag of rubber bands. I'm just gonna use the switch cap that already has the rubber band. And I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna show you what it sounds like. So before doing so, just so we have a control group, I did take out a switch earlier. I'm going to put that switch into the unmodified area. I'm going to insert the cap and then the light diffuser. Let's go ahead and hear how it sounds stock.
Now I can't hear that. I don't know if like sometimes the audio will filter itself out. Because I've had this, some of my mics will like, I have to turn the audio filter thing off.
Let me double check that.
Background noise filter. There you go. It thinks it's background noise and it'll filter all that out.
Yep. Let me double check that. Can that be heard?
No.
No. I don't have voice isolation on.
We can kind of hear. There you go. There you go. We can hear now. We can hear now. Yep, we can hear it. Yep, we hear it clear. Right. That was clear.
All right. So I removed some of the noise isolation from the mic, but this is the unmodified switch. And now let's go ahead and hear the modified switch. Can you guys hear that?
Yes, go back and forth now. Like do regular, stock, not stock. You can definitely notice the difference.
So yeah, it could be the mic, but there's a massive difference between stock and modified. But I also want to show you the biggest difference is actually the throw height. So this is the stock throw.
Mm-hmm.
See that? That's a distance of 3.1 from the Geonworks, and then some of the rubber band drops it down. So if you look at the modified, which is right here, it doesn't have the same throw. It has a shorter throw. See?
Yep. Yep. And like, so you're using that shorter rubber band, so it's nice. And again, if you have rubber bands around the house, you don't want like a standard rubber band. These are hair rubber bands. They are slightly too thick because it shortens the throw, but it makes it too short. Like you barely touch the button, it activates, and it lifts right back up. For me, it felt very, very flat. So you want to make sure you get these thinner rubber bands to give you that better feel.
Yeah, you want to have some throw, but you want to have that full silent. So if I go ahead and press all the buttons that are modified, have a listen. And this is really good if you're a masher, because if you're pressing really hard, no one's gonna hear anything.
Yes, we can hear. It sounds so much better. It sounds, and for those that are watching, you know, if you own the Victrix Pro now, if you own this now, or again, you know, you're on the fence what to do, or if you're looking at this and you're like considering, there are people playing professionally. I watched tournaments. They're using this out the box. So there's nothing wrong with the controller. I have to, as a person doing reviews, I've learned over this 2-year process or more, almost 2.5 years, almost 3. I have to be careful how I say things, and how when the chat talks, I got to kind of correct some things. I grew like Orville's not a fan of the Razer Kitsune. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But the beauty now is we have so many different models to pick from. It's not for him, but it might be for you. We're showing you with this pad here. I'm not a fan of these tall switches. He didn't mind it. He just said the thing's too loud. Like I said the same thing, right? So we're showing you there's different ways to make this unit feel the way you want it to feel and dial it in the way you like it, for all those different things. So again, as this is talking about switches and different things, there is no best, there is no what have you. It's what works best for you, your hands, your play style, and you all those things. So if you have this pad now, you have a lot of options on how to modify this and make it better. If you're looking at this pad, your heart is set in this pad, you're not making a bad buy going with this pad. Like, would you say, Orville, the Victrix Pro, are you a fan of the Victrix Pro KO? Because I like it, I just had to modify it.
Yeah, I mean, if it's modified like this, Raptor Extremes, Silent Mod, and you know, slightly shorter throw, I easily can put it in the S tier of the controllers I have. I think it's super silent. I think having the ability to use MX switches is super rare for like a really thin lever list like this. Having the key switch puller be hidden inside, having the extra 4 switches, having the button layout with the included metal plugs, like no other controller really does that with native PlayStation 5, and then having your 4 extra buttons stored like inside of your controller, I think it's easily S tier. Cable lock, the grip on the bottom, you get the locking cable for tournaments. Like, it's really a high quality controller, especially if you get it for like maybe $225, $200. I know they sometimes go on sale for like $180, the Xbox versions. I think it's S tier. When you look at the whole landscape of controllers, there's no other controller that does this. The C8T attempts this, but it doesn't have the key switch puller inside. It doesn't have this like level of detail. I think just the main thing that holds this controller back is the stock button. It's too much like a Sanwa, but obviously a longer throw. So I think if you can mod it, if you're happy with the mod, it's S tier. And without the mod, I think it's like B minus. Yeah. Did you catch all that, Doc?
I did, and I stepped, like, as soon as you were done talking, I stepped to grab my CAT.
Yeah.
I would say getting back to my seat.
I would say
because people were asking about the CAT, like how it compares. Go ahead.
I would say this though. Let me grab another lever list so I could give this a fair comparison. So I'm just gonna go grab it real quick.
And while he's doing that, there's 2 things that we talked about. So the CAT, you know what, they're right. The CAT is pretty big. It's barely. Take this off.
All right, I'm back.
It's roughly the same width. So this is a full size. As far as height, it is. Scoot this back. It's like maybe this much. It's barely not as tall. So we can, for the sake of conversation, these 2 are essentially the same size. The biggest difference, yeah, and this has the shorter travel. This has the adjustable travel. I do hope they make a CAT with large keycaps. That's like I need to ping. I think I put in feedback. I don't remember, but I need to ping Humphrey too, because it has the foam on the bottom, all the things, and it's solid. The CAT is fantastic. Yeah, let me come back to you.
Yeah. No, I think the CAT is fantastic too. I think the CAT is like a good combination of the Sapphire. And then when you do add the metal plate, it gets that flavor of the Pro KO. But I know I talk a lot about this controller, and people ask me a lot about this controller in the chat. I think the Hot 10 is really good value, especially if you can get like just a PC version on Amazon, or if you can catch them on sale. They're less than like 180 or something around those lines. What you're getting, I think, is a little bit of a simplified version of the Pro KO, but more evolved. You still get the custom button layouts, which is lovely, and these are easily removable. Like they're twist off using a tool like the CAT. You get the tournament lock. You get the locking cable USB-C. I know a lot of people do not like USB-C, but this is the best version of it, I think, because you get the screw-in lock and the buttons. Shout out to Sin with the O-rings. If you pop O-rings in here, these are not that loud. They are louder than a modded Pro KO. They're louder than a Pro KO, but I mean, realistically, they're not that loud. And these are induction, so these are analog switches. So if you do get the standard version, you know Brook got you. If you're rocking a Brook FGC1 or a P5, it's gonna work. And if you want to get the Pro version, it's more expensive, but I think, if you want something analog, you want that flexibility with the buttons, you want metal, and you don't want to have to open it up or do any mods, you just want to put in O-rings, I think this is a good alternative. I think the Hot 10 is probably one of the S tier controllers that I can recommend. And then the other, my other S tier recommendation, this is more for like dock, honestly, is the HO2. HE, they don't make this anymore, but
the large keycaps, isn't it?
This is a large keycap, 26 millimeter all across the body. And for those of you who don't use large keycaps, again, if you have smaller hands, it's fine. But as you can see, like, this is a large controller. My hands are pretty big. If you like large keycaps, this is S tier right here. Like, it's hard to explain, but large keycap controllers, they have like a more stabilized press for people who play on them. And yeah, these are super quiet too. These are foam modded. But yeah, and that's another recommendation I have.
And let me pause you there. So, and when people ask, where I start, I don't always mention large because I get a ton of comments, and they're from all over the world, so people's hands change. But he's right. Like, the large keycaps, since I started there for Tekken, they feel right at home. Like, I don't know. It's because it's only 4 buttons. The other 2 are kind of accessories, So if you're on the fence between large keycaps or small or standard or more standard keycaps, you can't go. If you're new, you can't go wrong with either. If you have fatter fingers, you have like juicy fingers. Pause. Excuse me. Pause. You have thicker, juicier fingers.
Juicy.
You may want the large keycaps because you get your fingers space to just relax, right? Whereas it just depends, right? So you'll hear me say the C16 as a starting point, just because if you get that pad, for the most part, any other pad you find is going to feel similar to that. If you get the 8-bit DOIO leverless, if you like the large keycaps, anything else will feel similar to that pad if you like large keycaps, because those 2 are affordable, and the 2 different styles of smaller keycaps or standard keycaps or large keycaps, wider spacing. And that the DOIO you showed, is that my brain's freezing? Is that a regular Kailh switch, or is it the I can't think of the word.
Yeah, so I can talk about that. You want me to talk about that to the audience?
Yes, I agree. Yeah, the one with the large keycaps. What switches are in that pad? I don't remember.
Yeah, so this pad, again, DOIO doesn't sell it anymore. I don't know if you can get it anymore. Maybe maybe if you hit up DOIO, email them. I'm not sure.
Is that the HO3?
Yeah, this is the HO3. I'll talk about this one next. So the HO2 HE uses a combination, and it uses Gatoron HE switches by default. I don't have them right here, and it has
The magnetics.
port,
I found it.
and it has the port for mechanical, so it supports magnetic and mechanical. Can you see that? It has the little gold rings. It has the ports for mechanical.
Why.
So if you put a Gatoron hot swap socket here, it'll support the mechanical switch. And if you want to use Kailh HEs, which I'm using here, I'm using Kailh Green Phantom switches. These are the super rare, hard to find ones. If you want to use these, you have to clip off the plastic prongs. They have diagonal plastic prongs. You have to clip those off.
Okay.
And once you clip them off,
And it'll
you
snap
basically
right
can
in,
pop
but it
them
does
in there.
work.
Yeah, they work totally fine. You just have to make sure the magnet is aligned. And then this is the foam insert that I cut and inserted. And yeah. So these are like super buttery. I really love the way this
And that base
controller
looks
feels.
wide too. It's like a nice wide base. I know it's metal, it's DOIO.
Yeah, it's 380 millimeters. And then I have, can you guys see that? I have Chun-Li engraved in there.
Yes. Oh wait, you can kind of see her. It's a little, the camera quality's a little so-so, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm looking at
This is-
Ali right now. It is $210. That's crazy.
Well, if it's even in stock.
So I know they're running out. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's even in stock. This is what I do recommend though.
Good
I know
Good point.
I know Mitiko in the chat asked Matiko in the Discord. He asked, "Hey, I have a friend that wants to get a DOIO. What do you recommend?" And this is what I recommend. So Matiko, if you're watching this, live or later, this is what I recommend, and I'll explain why I think it's my.
Shout out to Mitic.
This is my honest recommendation of the HO3. So, and also DOIO's customer service has been way better. Sin knows I've been having an issue with this one for input mode switching. So if I want to go from PC to PlayStation and press Y, it just hasn't been working. And DOIO, DOIO sent me this, so they're sending me a replacement, which is cool. And I think that's one of the advantages over AliExpress is you could just they're more receptive now talking to them directly. And if you need something swapped, they also are sending me a replacement. They're sending me a sorry about that. Let me just fix the camera. Can you guys see this a little bit? Let me fix the lighting. Can you guys see this?
A little bit. Yeah, a little. There you go. Yes.
You see
yes.
the USB-C port here? On the Fight Stick version, on the HO8, this port is a separate PCB. And it comes with the rocker, the USB, and then the authentication dongle. DOIO has acknowledged that mine was faulty, and they're sending me a new one with another HO3. So when that comes in, I'll send you guys pictures.
Nice.
It's the flash black version. I'll send you guys pictures. But let me show you why I think this one's really strong and why I think DOIO kind of stepped up their customer service. So first and foremost, this comes naturally with PBT caps. I added these in, but they come with black PBT caps. These are 23 millimeters, so they're not small. They're not large, they're medium. You get the flat menu buttons, which are super nice. If you're in training mode a lot, you want to hit buttons like this. These are super easy to press. You get the tournament lock toggle. You get a really great button layout. And look how sick this is. If you need to access a button, you can pop them out from the back. It's that easy. Like you can see I have the Hot 42 silicone plugs.
Nice.
You could just pop these out from the back. This did not exist on the HO2. So this being on the HO3 is a nice upgrade and why I recommend it. You have your boot cell right here.
And what
Keep
size
in mind,
keycap? Oh, those are 23s. You said 23s.
these 23s, yeah. Keep in mind this boot cell, you need to cut out that rubber piece yourself. They DOIO covers it by accident, but
Oh my God.
not a big deal. Right here, there's foam, but this is where your authentication dongle goes. So your authentication dongle goes in once, you
Now,
set
is
it, and you forget
because
it.
I have some pads with the slot there, but it's not soldered on.
This has the slot and it's soldered on, so it's ready to go.
And I'm apologizing. So what we're talking about there is there are a few pads that come with this built inside, like ASI LVL. They added theirs sideways. So this is like at the time. Let's turn the lights off. I want you guys to use your imagination. It's the year 2024, right? Early 2025. And you can go on the internet and you can buy something called a booter for $20. Yeah, those are good old days before the tariffs. But this has been sitting here for roughly 2 years. And what he's saying is, if you have the DOIO model in particular, you can open the case, put this inside, close it back up, and now your pad is PS5 ready whenever you want to play it. Nice.
Yep. It looks like my camera's out of focus for some reason. I don't know how to get it back in focus.
It's Windows 11. Windows 11 sucks.
There it is. There it is.
Bruh.
So yeah, chat. Let me sell you on this controller really quick. Or Matiko, let me tell you why I think it's great. PBT caps 23, so they're medium size. A great menu row, tournament lock. You can access your extra buttons from the back, which is, I mean, this is phenomenal, especially if you're experimenting with layouts and you want to get to them right away, or you play a different layout for a different game at a tournament. This is like so cool. You have your wrist strap. I think I didn't like this at first, but this is incredibly underrated. If you're at a tournament and you're just kind of going from like casuals to, you know, your matches, or you're going from game to game, you literally just grab this and that's it. You hold your controller. You have a screen. This screen is not like your traditional GP2040 screen. It's legitimately just to control the Hall effect configuration, which it might sound like a downside, but it's actually an upside. The Hall effect configuration, DOIO does the best. I don't think anyone does Hall effect better than DOIO. And this is me coming from experience using the Tiki Taka GP2040 version, which I don't think it's not ready yet. But you can see that there's a screen here and you can control this menu. It's much different. You control the calibration, you control the actuation point, you control the throw distance, everything on this board using a rocker. So if you want to really experiment with stuff, not having to go into a web configurator and just doing this on the board is next level. Like, it's very premium. It's so hard to explain how premium this is until you have to deal with this problem.
Is that universal or is it switch by switch?
What do you? Oh, you can do universal configuration, you could do universal calibration, or you could do switch by switch. It gives you the full customization.
Nice.
And then you have rapid trigger as well. If you guys don't know what rapid trigger is, it's, again, in a fighting game, it's not the most useful. But if you're playing characters that have fireballs, so like down, forward, and you're playing neutral, where you're going forward and back, rapid trigger shuts off your movement instantly as soon as you get out of that range. So for me, for Sagat, I move forward and back, and I can throw fireballs without the risk of getting a mistaken uppercut because my switch turns off immediately. And it's so nice to have for clean inputs. And if you can learn how to do it, I swear it's next level. It's like really, really next level. And then, yeah, you have your RGB at the bottom. You can see this is like legit RGB, like rainbow. And you can control what mode you have by a simple toggle. You don't have to hold start, select, and then tap RB or tap X to go into modes. You just control the modes right here. If you want to change the modes on the buttons, you do it the same way as GP2040. But if you want to control your rim lighting, you just do it here, which I think is incredible. It's super easy. And you can also set profiles, which is nice. But yeah, I think the H03, I highly recommend anyone who wants to get a Hall effect controller, just get the H03. I think it has everything. It really has everything. It's so good. And yeah, this is aluminum. This is not plastic. This is straight up aluminum. And this is not stacked acrylic. This is a thick piece of cut acrylic. And it's beveled and everything. Like, DOIO does an incredible job. And you could get these on AliExpress. If you go to AliExpress right now and use the coupon codes, discounts, you can probably get one of these for like $160. And then just use the extra money to get the switches. Yeah, you could get this for like $160. I seen it as low as $147 or $143. If you use PayPal, you use the discount codes, you use coins, and you get it from like it's called KEQI store. They have it. You can get this for like, 140, 150, 160, and then just use the extra money to get yourself some nice keycaps that match your controller, and then get yourself some DOIO. If you want, you can see this, chat. You see how low profile these buttons are? No joke, right? Can you see that?
Yes.
Doc, you can see that, right?
Wow.
Super low profile.
And it's that standard layout too. Wow.
Yeah, so chat, if you get this board, highly recommend you get the Rose Quartz, DOIO Rose Quartz HE switch. It's 1.5 millimeter throw. They're super duper low profile. It's actually insane. Yeah, so that was my sales pitch for the HO3. Doc, can I show them one more thing?
Nice. Yeah, go for it. And while you're setting up, I'm going to pull something real quick. So while he's getting that, I don't want to forget to mention the X series when it comes to Victrix Pro KO. So the X series has the rings, just like the Victrix Pro, the keycaps, but I'll take this off here.
I'm back.
The keycaps are not attached to the ring. They don't slap them. So they're they're independent. I can't think of the word for it, right? But they're just as tall. So if you like the tall switch, and you take these out and put whatever you want. But something else to consider, if you look at the Victrix Pro KO, the Hoffer 2 X series is wider. No, same width. The Hoffer, you know what? The CAT is the same size as the X series. I never noticed that. I didn't realize that. They're the same size. Let me grab this thing. I don't have a screw. They're the exact same size. Yep. So hopefully they make I gotta make a note to comment on the CAT. I want the CAT to get large keycaps. I have 2 models, but anyway, you do, if you're looking at things, so you have other options as well. Okay, let me turn back to you.
Yep. I was reading Matiko's question in the chat. If I recommend.
Pause. One more second. Shout out to Saprofit. I remember Saprofit. 100. Shout out to Saprofit. Happy Sunday. All buttons 26 millimeter. On the Victrix, these keycaps are small. They're like about a 20 millimeter roughly, right? But when I take these out, I could put a 25. I tried a 26 DOIO and it's slightly too wide. It will rub on the casing. The DOIO, the DOIOs that he was showing, we'll go back and I'm showing you here. He had the 03 and the 02, I believe. And the 03, I believe, was the 26 millimeter and the 02 was 23. Is that correct, Orville?
The 03 DOIO is 23 millimeter and the 02 is 26 millimeter.
Okay. There you go. So 03, 23. The 02 is 26. Yes. Okay, back to you.
All right. I was just responding to Matiko in the channel. So, chat, I want to show you this really quickly. You probably haven't seen this. This is like a very uncommon controller. It looks like a Punk Workshop Ultra, like a U. It's not. It's a Tiki Taka J2A. You could tell it's a Tiki Taka because it has this button above and it has the menu row on the right, whereas Punk Workshop has the menu row on both sides and it doesn't have this button. So yeah, this is the J2A. It's a UV printed top. I'm actually working with the Tiki Taka engineering team to fix their Hall effect configuration. It works fine, but if you want to modify it and stuff, it stops working. So you can see this is a custom controller, sent over. And
now, did you customize it or it came that way?
I got it customized. And again, just for reference, this is a completely free controller from Tiki Taka. But yeah, this was customized. I'm working with the lead engineer and the founder on fixing this HE configuration right now. So this was like effectively a test version. You can't buy this anymore. They took it off the market because it's just not working as it's supposed to be working. But it uses Gateron Jade Pro Mini. and it uses a 3D printed
let me
infill.
ask you, when it comes to Gatorons, okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn back. So Gatorons, I know I started on MX technically when I started on the Kailh Reds with my first 3D printing controller. Within the first month, I had like 3 different controllers for 2 months. Then I went to MX and the Fightbox Speed 1, and then the Hot 42 T16 showed up. So I've kind of used those things. The Gatorons are fine. When I reached out to some vendors, I'm hearing that the Gatorons may be cheaper if you're doing mass production. So that's why they'll go with Gatoron over Kailh. That when you're buying these switches, they're just a little bit cheaper. The Gatorons are fine. They just can feel a little chalky. I don't know what it is about them. Like on all my Tiki-Takas, my DOIOs, I've pretty much taken them out for the most part. The Kasumis are great. I like Kasumis. Yeah, I don't know. What's your thoughts on those? I'm gonna turn back to you.
Yeah, so they are a little cheaper for wholesale. I know you sent over that wholesale site before. Kailh's can get a little bit pricier, especially when you do custom, like the Green Phantom and the Rose Quartz, and DOIO has their own one called the Amber.
And they feel a little smoother. I don't know what it is about them.
Kailh HEs, I will admit, are incredibly buttery. I think it has to be the factory lube they're using. Gatoron Jade Pros. Yeah, shout out to Lube. Gatoron Jade Pros are fully pumped and stock lubricated. So Jade Pros don't suffer the same fate that Jade Minis suffer. So Jade Minis are polycarbonate and these are POM. So the more you use them, they get even smoother and they're already lubed. So these don't have that problem. These are really high quality Tiki-Taka.
Okay.
Tiki-Taka really put high quality ones in here. With that being said, these are also
Tiki-Taka too. I like them.
These are also 1.5 millimeter throw, so you can see they're super flat. I love that.
Oh, nice.
I love the way these buttons feel. They actually even sent me an extra set of buttons. These are the extra set. I have a set that I modded with Kailh. So these are like when I want to explain how good these buttons are, they're phenomenal. Like Tiki-Taka did a really great job on this mod. These are good. I recently
their own custom switch, like the Kasumis. You know, Tiki-Taka was the first one that had the Kasumis that I saw. Is this kind of like their own custom thing as well?
It's not a custom switch. It's a Jade Pro with a 3D printed stopper inside and a 3D printed cap fill. Now the button itself, the button housing is custom. Like this is Tiki-Taka's button, but the switch itself is Gatoron's. This is what it looks like inside. So
Gotcha.
This is a MUX board for the Hall effect configuration and a temperature controller. So this is like really, really high quality, and this is what you would expect to get. This is the Tiki-Taka Panda V2s for menu buttons, and then that's your Pico board, GP2040 with authentication. You know, it's pretty standard. I think it's super high quality.
What's the cost of this one? Have they got a price for this?
Yeah, this one is if you buy just the Hall effect with black color, so no UV art and no PS3, I think it's like 160, 180 around that ballpark. And then if you do the PS,
that's not bad. That's standard too. That's not bad. Wow. Yeah,
if you do the PS5, they give you a Mayflash booter version 1v1, and if you do the art, those are two $30 add-ons. So the Mayflash booter is $30 and the art's $30. So it comes out to around 240, 250 shipped. So it's 250 PS5 compatible with Hall effect, with art, and then obviously you choose the buttons you want. You choose whatever layout you want. You're not limited to a layout. So I think
that's a metal frame, top, bottom, and sides.
Well, this is not metal. This is the like that really thick ABS that Punk Workshop uses. So these are not metal. None of this is metal.
Nice.
Yeah, but I think for 230, 250, and again that I say 230 to 250 because of the exchange rate. This is in yen. I think what you get is really good. You know, you get fully custom buttons, like color, throw distance, and configuration. You get art. Like this art is really well done. I hope you guys can see this. That's Chun-Li, that's Bison, and that's Sagat. That's $30. And then the PS5 compatibility. So I think everything under 250 is super competitive. I guess the main complaint I had was the Hall effect configuration. So if you guys don't know, the main problem I had with the Hall effect was on PC it accepts a lower floor, and on PlayStation you have to raise the floor of your Hall effect configuration, or else you get like random inputs. And this again was a firmware problem. And yeah, we're currently working through fixing it, and we're almost at a good point. But I think if you guys want to get your hands on this, they're gonna reopen sales of this, and they're actually selling a metal version, so you can get an all metal version of this. They're like elite, I think it's their elite model, and you can get it wide like this, or you can get it shorter, and you get again full custom buttons. You could get UV art, PS5 compatibility. It's pretty sick. And then this is the bottom. I put foam here. They send you rubber pads, but I put foam here. And yeah. So for those of you asking, hey, why do I recommend the HO3 over other Hall effect controllers, like, you know, the Hot 10, the J2A, which again, this is what people wanted. People wanted GP2040 Hall effect, fully customizable. I think still to this day, DOIO does it the best. Having it on board, having access to Kailh switches by default, having the authentication be inside RGB, you're literally getting everything for a cheap price. And so it's hard to say no to that, if you guys know what I'm talking about. And you're getting metal. So I highly recommend the HO3.
And when we talk about the price, you know, some will hear 200, 210, but we're also talking about Hall effect, and that's kind of in a category of its own because it's still so new, right? So it's if you're into that, you know, playing that style of gameplay, this is the range you're looking at, because even the other one's like 160, so you're in that same range. It makes sense. And then Paulson Code was saying you can get 1mm throws for TikTok FGC. Oh, wow, that's really good. What would be better, the 1.5mm or one? So when it comes to 1mm throw or 1.5mm throw, I would say it's really up to how you want to play. Like some people don't like short travel. Like I recommended the shadow hunting to someone, and they were like, hey, I really don't like this. It's too short. They were playing, and it just feels like they couldn't get adjusted to it. So again, there really is no best. It's just what works best for you, your hands, and your play style. And I'm liking that the market is growing so much. We're getting more options. That's really the beauty. Because we talk about the Kitsune, we talk about the Hitbox. There was a time where that's all you could buy, and there's nothing wrong with those controllers, but that's all you could buy. So when you're stuck there, you may not like either one of those, and now you have nothing. So it's so nice that you have all these options. And now looking at what Orville just showed us, there's a bunch of HE options that are coming out. They're giving more and more and more options to really dial in and play you want to play. And I'll tune back to you.
Yeah, no, that was well said.
I'll come back. But yeah, that's the really nice thing.
I shut my camera off. I'm gonna go back to being a spectator. It looks like you're closing out soon, right? Or you still gonna hang out on stream?
Nice. It's already 2 o'clock. I'm debating I should play Street Fighter, because I kind of want to play Street Fighter with this. And
hey, give it a try.
I'm gonna be playing for a while. I probably should get ready to close out here at 2:30. I kind of want to play. I'm torn.
I'm gonna hop off the Discord, play. So I'll tune in as a spectator. But Doc, can you hear me?
Yes, let me close it out.
Yeah, I was saying I'm gonna hop in as a spectator. Thanks for having me on the stream. I'm happy to help. I hope whoever gets a Pro KO, you know, you try the mod, and I hope you try the mod yourself. And if you guys have any questions about the Hot 10, the J2A, or the HO3, let me know. I'm happy to help.
And shout out to Orville. You may run into Orville in the GP2040 channel, Discord channel, on Twitch, on Instagram. I shared his his Twitter and X in the chat here, so you guys can find him and reach out to him. Super helpful, super nice, and very resourceful to help you, kind of figure out what you want to do, how to configure things, set things up. Shout out to Orville. It's a big yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It just,
Yes, sir.
that's what the community's about. We're all here to help each other, right? Help each other grow, find what we really like. I'm gonna hang this up here. There we go. And I'm like closing this thing out here. Give me a second. But again, helping you find what works best for you and get what you need to go into the FGC and just have fun, right? And just try to win, have fun and win. That's really what it is, because there's so many options it can be, and also it can be so overwhelming, but if you have 1, 2, 3 leverless controllers, you're not odd. Like, that is very normal for most people to have 2 to 3 different leverless, and that's kind of just because there's so many options now to find what you like. And that's, again, I'm like trying to say this right, but it's normal to feel that way, to play that way. And again, if you play Call of Duty, I know my buddy has 6 Call of Duty controllers, because 1, he keeps breaking them, 2, like if the battery dies, he'll switch to this other one. Like, it's normal to have different sets. Even joystick players, like shout out to Mitch had a bunch of different sets. He had this tighter spring, shorter spring, your different gates, like all these different things. Now that leverless is maturing and growing and getting bigger and bigger, we're all getting that ability to say, okay, I have this controller for this game, I have this controller for this or this type of game, that for that type of game, and really lock and play the way you want to play. I love that. I love that it's growing. Shout out to Codes that check out the ACO Fun Box. So let me see if I can tune back here. Go to window capture. The fun. Oh, let me zoom out. How do I zoom this out? Come down. I know, I apologize. Give me a second here. Let me zoom this out. I just zoomed in so we could see Orville's controller. Let me zoom back out. Why can't I like zoom out of OBS? Because it's Windows, that's why. Because Windows sucks. I hate Windows. When I can stream on Mac, the world's gonna like just turn bright and beautiful. The sun's gonna shine. It's gonna be so good. And I know anyone that's never used a Mac, you're like, why would I pay that much for a Mac? Just let me tell you, to be honest, I felt the same way for years. And then I bought a refurbished Mac, and I'm running an M1, and I've used that thing for a few years now, and it just works. I don't have to deal with this stupid nonsense. It just works. The AKKO Fun Box. I want to get one of these in. I do. There's 2 I want to get in right now. This one, the AKO Fun Box, I want to get this in, because this is Hall Effect magnetic too. So I want to get one of these in. And where's the other one? The other one was the Monjo? What were you called? This one. Big One. That's a name. What made them name this some Big One? That's such an interesting name. Where's the Big One Master? Big One Master. Or leverless. Here we go. Where are you? Gaming controller. Why are you fighting me? Just let's do Big One leverless. Fight Master? Is it me? Has Google gotten worse ever since this AI stuff's taken over? And I don't want to click, there we go. Because I don't want it to play the video. Let's go to Amazon, boom. This guy. I want this one. I really want to try this. I'm so curious about this big button. Okay, just do what you want to do. There it is. So this controller and this one I want to try. And you know what? If I just start looking at the switches that go in this, because I now I'm sort of figure out the Orville was talking about the reds, the greens that he had in his. They would probably fit here. The Gatorons and the Kailhs. I need to get some of those in because this market's going to grow. So I need to get some in to be prepared and ready to swap them out and try different switches on these pads. It's got the screen. Like, this is really cool. Yeah, I'm really excited to see. And it's also web. As a web driver, that's good. That's good. You can do all the settings. Because a lot of times you're stuck to Windows. The Star Mini Magnetic, nice. And this one is hot swappable, fast trigger mechanical. These are mechanical. Okay, so these are regular, probably Kailh profiles. Nice. And again, if you're into MX, I always bring up Fightbox because they've done a really good job reinventing their models now. Their B series, I had the B Pro, it's fantastic. I had the original B1 from 3 years ago. The new one should have GP2040 now, so it should be a better experience with new keycaps. I'm going down here to make sure I'm right with that. I'm almost guaranteed they swapped it. PC, yeah. This is Rack 800. I needed to ping them because the Rack C800, no. You want the B Pro. The B Pro has the GB2040 in it. This one's better. This is the one I have, and it plays a lot better. But these are small keycaps. I want this with large keycaps. But yeah, shout out to Fightbox. So, Victrix Pro KO. That was a huge deep dive. There's more. Did I cover everything? What did I miss? What did I miss? I'm looking across the room. Did I miss anything? So when it comes to this or the Qanba Sapphire, I should ask Aurora in the phone. Well, it uses Kailh HE low profiles. Oh, okay, Aquafun Box also support native. Oh, it supports both. Oh, that's cool. So Aquafun Box does both the HE and the fun. I'm liking. See, I like that too, and I like how DOIO and TikTok will let you do DOIO and Lofin. Yeah, TikTok that's M5. They let you do Gatorons or Kailhs. I love that because I'm not the biggest Gatoron fan. I'm just not. They just feel chalky and kind of like they just feel a little chalky to me. I don't know how to explain it. Whereas the Kailh has so many switches that you could find something. You may not like all of them, but you'll like something. And fun fact, the Kailh ice creams and the Kailh Tarot low profiles, I'm gonna put those in a different pad because I'm not the biggest fan, but I just saw a spec and they should be like a softer ghost, and I love the ghost. So maybe I'm using it on the wrong materials or the wrong pad, and that's why I'm not like locking in and dialing into those switches. So we're gonna figure that out and like get that real dialed in. So this pad here, like oh wait, one more thing. We showed you how to mod this. We showed you if you want to leave it stock, you can do it. And again, if you all that stuff, how to put low profiles, the TECSEE pudding, or the OUTEMU GTMXs. If you don't want to deal with low profile or rings, you use any switch and just play nice and regular. You'll probably want the Duelpad keycaps, or these are hot for twos, but you know, either one. You know, you'll figure that out. Because different keycaps do feel different with different switches on this pad. I found that out the hard way. Some alternatives. I like the Fightbox B Pro a lot. I think the price is really good. And this is really a price thing. And it's MX, and it's not as tall. And the Geonworks Raptor Extremes feel really nice in this pad. The Qanba Sapphire, I'm so torn. I'm so torn. I might recommend this over the Victrix. I might. I'm so torn. The issue is if you feel the switches are too tall, then you might like this better. If the height is not a problem, then you might like this better. Because once you take the rings off, I mean the rings and the keycaps and just regular keycaps, this is so fast and snappy and quiet. Like whatever you want it to be, it could be just because we want that feel. But yeah. We talked about the X series. The CAT has the same kind of feels this. But you know what's so weird? It's not as because the switch is clapping the top, you feel it, but it doesn't feel like this. This I could feel the rattle. I don't really, maybe because this is so low profile. It's so low you don't even get a chance to notice that feel. So I don't mind this. And then if you like a box, there is the A series that uses MX, comes with the MX. These are little with the cherry silver, speed silver, something like that on the in here out the box. These are adapters, so you can swap these out to whatever you like. But there's a lot of options for you to change things up. Yeah. Wow, I think we covered it all. Covered it all in 2.5 hours. Wow, I didn't think I would finish it. That was good. And the ASI, yeah, I forgot about that one. This is the one that helped us understand that there are low profile MX switches. So shout out to ASI. And again, if you see the ASI team in person, you see Waz, the team super nice. Go say hello. They talk to everybody. They're really nice. Okay, I think I'm gonna get some lunch because I'm hungry. I want to play Street Fighter though. Street Fighter annoys me too. I get so mad with the Street. I kind of want to play, but I need to get off of here. I had the Hoffer 2 G series next to me, but I don't really think the G. The X is better than the G. And again, don't forget if you're looking at full-size keycaps, a good starter pad, the 8-bit level is a very good starting point. Right, you know, a license level should be lower profile Kailh switches. You know what's so funny? Now you mention that, right? You know, I I don't know if there are any low profile licensed pads. I didn't think about that. Because this is MX. Qanba's MX. Kitsune is the optical. Wait a minute. I don't think there's any licensed Kailh low profile pads. Well, no, because Fightbox uses MX switches. Huh. I didn't think about that. Yeah, there really aren't. Only the X, yes, true. Only the Xbox ones. Good call, Code. The 8-bit DOIO has the Xbox version. That is licensed. But for PS5, which most tournaments are on PS5, that's a really good point. I wonder what that's all about. So you're kind of, it's so weird that, So, okay, so if Victrix was watching right now, what would I ask them to do to this controller? Leave everything the way it is, but, right? Leave your case the way it is, keep this whole technology, like, don't change this. Fantastic, don't change any of that. All this home row is very easy to understand. I know I said the Qanba has profiles, this doesn't have profiles, but hey, I don't care. It's so easy to program, who cares? Very easy. My only request is this. And this is tall. Hopefully my camera doesn't get bumped. Okay. The Fightbox case of the Victrix, I'm like, hold my thumb on them. They're the same, like, with all the depth. Like, if your desk was here, like standing up off the desk, they're the same height off the desk, right? But the way this case is designed, the switches sit deeper in the case. So they're nice and level and easy to press. So, make a Victrix Pro KO B or LP, the LP edition. Boom, found it. LP edition. Victrix Pro KO LP edition. That's what I want to call it. All right. So, which LP edition? Get rid of these rings. Get rid of that nonsense. Get rid of the rings. I know they're going to use clip-in keycaps because every vendor does that. They have to. So they're going to use clip-in keycaps. Put O-rings underneath so they're not so clacky, right? But that's fine. Raise the case up to the height of this ring. So I want this case to come up all the way to here. So that way it looks like that. Oh, y'all can't see. It looks something like that, right? It's just to keep this sticking out. That's it. That's it. Should leave everything the same, but just make it taller. Make the case slightly taller. I know you're thinking, well, our frame's going to be too thick. No one cares. No one cares. Do it. No one cares. Make the case taller so it gets rid of these rings. And that'll like, boom. That'll change. That'll like, so we have two versions. For those that want rings, the Victrix Pro KO. For those that want the KO LP edition, low profile edition. Leave everything else the same. Like, don't change your manufacturing. Leave everything the same. There's just two different cases. Boom. I did it. I just saved you guys. I did it. I did it. That's how I improved this. Victrix Pro FS12 and the Satan buttons low profile. I'm thinking leverless. I'm trying to think what my brain's freezing up right now. I've been talking for too long. I'm trying to think what the FS12 looks like in person. The Satan, I'm like, my brain's like freezing up. The Victrix Pro make a Pro KO version 2, make switches Kailh profile. There you go. And even with that, they could put the Kailh profiles, but I know a lot of people like MX, right? So to keep Victrix in that same MX family, just make the case taller, leave all the switches, everything the same. Just make the case taller, and then make the switches like click in, I guess. Because I don't like this clackiness. I don't like that at all. It's too loud and it's too rattly. Just get rid of that garbage. Yep. I'm like being too blunt. There's nothing wrong. And again, there's nothing wrong with this controller. That's why we don't buy licensed too. Shut right, you know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right, Cody's like, look,
Yes, sir.
I'll just go over there and get what I want. I'll stick a booter and adapter in that bad boy, and I'll kick some butt. Like, I'm not gonna deal with this nonsense. He's like, I'm not dealing with this nonsense. I only have the Razer Kitsune because I got it cheaply and it was used. Otherwise, I would only pay for them. So, and you know what? I wish Ryuna was. We can get him on the call because I'm curious to. I feel like the Razer Kitsune gets such a bad rap, but out the box, the red keycard out switches, they're rattly and they're mushy. They're not good. The blacks feel better. And you need O-rings. If anything, get a pack of like $2 O-rings to put in your Razer Kitsune. That'll change the experience and make it feel less rattly out the box. But the blacks feel way better to me. So out of those three, because those ones I get asked the question a lot. Should I get the Victrix Pro KO? Should I get the Qanba Sapphire, the Razer Kitsune? When I look at price, Qanba Sapphire. When I look at features, they're equal, right? As far as the Victrix and the Qanba, they're equal. They both have toolbox inside. There's a different version of that idea. Yeah, I'm so torn, man. I'm so torn on these. So out of these three, yeah, the Kitsune might be out. Just get a Hot 42 instead of the Kitsune. I said it. There, I said it. I said it. I said it. There, I said it. I said it. I said it. The Kitsune, there's nothing wrong with it. But yeah, this one you might. Yeah, you might want to just move on from this and get a Hot 42 T family. So the T, the V, the U, the M plus, the M, and kind of go from there. Save yourself the money. Save yourself the money. And getting a booter and adapter, you're still under the price. That's good. The M plus. Personally, I would take the M plus, 16 or 12 or 13. Those are fantastic. Yeah. And then out of these two, either one is fine. You know if you want rings or not, or whatever. Yeah. 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 I'm like thinking. Yeah. 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 There we go. There we go. All right, let me get off of here. I hope everyone has a good weekend and a good week. Shout out to the Spurs. Hopefully they can do something because they're about to get swept. They don't get their act together. The Knicks are playing good. But I hope everybody has a good week and a good weekend. I will talk to y'all later. Bye.